get a little microphone. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. I have a new song I'm going to jam to tonight, and we're also going to do the debates, but this is just like kind of came up yesterday. This little groove, you know. What's all this? What's happening right now? For fan clubbing and stuff? That's cool. Thanks everybody for being here. Hi everyone, welcome in. Let's get this party started. We made it. By the way, hold on, let me check the news. Did the apocalypse start? 1 second. Before I say we made it, let me check. For people, hey Daniel. For people who, if you're welcome to join us today, Dan, if you'd like to. Dan, who calls you Dan? You're Daniel the Manual. Now it says here somebody got arrested for assaulting a federal agent with a sandwich. Do you think maybe that was what the prophecy was about? I also know that it's yeah, I figured it. You're doing something. There was a prophecy last time I was live. Was that last time I was live? Friday? And I told someone, hey, come back Wednesday. And she said, there won't be a Wednesday. Everything's going to fall apart by then. We won't make it to Wednesday. Everything in the world is going to change. Thanks for achieving a live goal. I didn't know there was a live goal set. Does it automatically do that? Is that a real thing? It just does that? Well, thank you. Anyways, I assume it was the sandwich was the prophecy. But we'll see. I don't remember does anyone remember the name of the person who did the prophecy so that if she does come back that we can like rub it in her face a little bit or have some fun with it. Sazzy, hi, welcome in. How old are you?
20.
Are you a Christian?
Yeah.
This is going to be a little bit of a bummer. I'm just starting the show here. I wasn't quite fully prepared. So I'm sorry about this, but did you know that it turns out God isn't real?
Well, if God isn't real, then how come you have emotions?
That's just a like human thing. It's not a God thing. That comes from just like being an animal with a brain.
Well, somebody gave us that brain, and someone gave us the body, and someone gave us the universe.
False.
And someone gave us
Yeah, we looked into that. I did some researching recently, and it turns out that nobody gave you a brain. You actually grew it yourself.
But how did you get here?
Like, how did my brain get here?
No, how did you get here on the earth? Did you just walk?
Yeah, so like sometimes when a man loves a woman very much,
Yep.
they will make love, and that involves penises and what we sometimes will call vaginuses. One goes in the other, I'm not sure which, and then salty spray emits, and inside of there are little spermies, and spermies can fertilize the eggies. And this is how my parents taught it to me, so I don't know if this is the exact routine, but when the eggie gets fertilized, it'll turn into a
Yeah, I know
fetus.
science. I studied it, but like I know what you're talking. I'm talking about like how your generation, not your offspring, your dad, his dad's dad. Like, if God isn't real, then how did you like the Earth get here? Like, how did the universe get here? How did humans be created?
Sure. Okay. So those are three different questions. So with the Earth getting here, that's a matter of gravity. Every time a star explodes, matter erupts out into the cosmos, and then gravity kind of like coils some of it back together, and it'll eventually form a new star, sometimes several new stars, and they'll have protoplanetary disks, and gravity kind of pulls them together until you get planets. That's how Earth got here. And then with how did the universe get here? I don't think it did get here. I think the universe has most likely always been here. Although if it did get here, then we don't know how or by what means. So making claims that we have some sort of knowledge about that, I think is rather ridiculous, and I wouldn't dare to do so. And as far as what was the other one?
How did humans get here then?
Oh yeah, we just like evolved naturally through natural
From what?
selection.
You think chimpanzees and monkeys and stuff?
Not chimpanzees specifically, right? So like they also evolved, but they're on a different branch than us, right? Have you ever seen like these evolutionary tree things?
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. So they're over here and we're over here, and then like a long time ago we have a similar ancestor. Yeah, but that's like 100 million years ago, maybe a million years ago, maybe. Oh wait, when was our last common ancestor? I bet it's like 50 million years ago, but I don't know. I'd have to look that up. You want me to look it up?
It don't matter, man.
Okay.
Well,
What about you? So, can you answer all three of those same questions? How did the Earth get here?
how did the Earth get here? I think it's have you read the Bible?
Yeah.
So there was obviously 7 days. So 7 days, God created light, the earth, dark,
Right,
animals.
but how? Right? Like I explained to you the protoplanetary disk and the gravity and stuff. So how did God do it?
How did God do it? God did it His way. God did it
And
the
what's
way.
that? Wait, is that a Burger King thing or was that Subway? Who did have it your way? Was that Burger King?
Oh, fuck.
There's like old commercials where they were like, "Have it your way." Was that Burger King or Subway?
Yeah, that was Burger King.
You'd think it would be Subway. Subway, your way.
Yeah.
It was right there, like it rhymed. Your
Yeah.
way, Burger King. That doesn't like that sounds fucking terrible. It should
Yeah.
be Burger King. Do your thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do I say these things out loud on the internet? They're gonna get rich off of that. That was
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Anyways.
what is his way to make a planet?
Well, it doesn't really tell us how he did it, but what he did was he like it's really hard to explain because God is God, and He does things that nobody can explain it.
That's what I'm saying. So my version of this explanation has a lot of what you would call explanatory power.
Mm-hmm.
The explanation has details. I used a big word like protoplanetary disks, and I didn't even mention stellar nucleosynthesis, but that is involved. And these are like studied, well researched ideas. We see evidence of it happening in other places in the universe. There's like tons of evidence for this, and so we build these models that actually make sense. And when we like build computer models, it plays out and makes Earths, right? Like it does exactly what we predict. But there's no model that we can like put into a computer and be like, and then add into the model like some sort of a almighty creator. Like, you know what I mean? And even if we tried that, so it's like it wouldn't do anything, right? So yours has no evidence or proof, and ours has a whole bunch, which is why God isn't real.
Okay. Well,
Were you going to say the same thing for humans and the universe? Are you busy?
am I busy?
Is that my phone or yours?
That's my. I don't know. I don't hear anything.
You don't hear buzzing or anything?
No.
Oh, I think that's on my end.
Huh. Okay. I didn't hear anything.
Oh, it's Joel. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, we're starting. I'm already doing the live. I don't know where the fuck you are. Oh, because I blocked you? Well, remember you did that rude thing. It was rude. I'm not going to like just let you get away with it. I'll unblock you. Just come by later. I'll do it when I have time. Okay. Hung up. He acts really nice on camera, but that guy is a rude son of a bitch. Sorry, that was my best friend.
Oh. Anyway. What were you asking? Sorry, man.
So your answer for Earth was like, I don't know, God somehow did it. We don't have any idea. Were you going to say the same thing for humans and for the universe? I don't know, but God somehow did it. We don't have any idea.
Well, in the Bible, it really didn't tell how the universe was made, but I can explain how humans were made.
Sure.
So humans, God wanted to obviously have somebody or someone that started the offspring. You've read the Bible, right? So you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think it says he made him out of clay.
I don't think that was it.
Yeah, in the Bible it says he made humans out of clay. Well, one human was made out of clay and one was made out of bone.
Adam was made out of bone, and Eve was talking about. I'm talking about like Adam. How he made
Adam was made out of clay.
He was?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think so. Let's see.
You're probably right.
Genesis. Well, I mean, if it does say that, that's obviously not true, right?
Mhm.
Like, we know that people aren't made of clay, or some people are saying dust, from like the dust of the earth. Let's see here. He planted a garden. Okay. He took the man. Okay. He hadn't caused it to rain. He formed man from the dust of the ground. Not even clay, just dust. And breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. So it's like a CPR situation. Like he made a CPR dummy out of dirt and then did a blow in and it worked. But I think on the other creation story, it says clay. Am I wrong about that? Let there be light. So forth. Let the waters bring swarms of living creatures. Let us make humans in our image. Okay. Who's he? I'm not sure who's talking to there. So God created humans in his image. In the image of God, he created them. That's a dumb, redundant sentence. Male and female, he created them. So in this one, he makes them both at the same time. He just creates males and females, right?
Yeah.
But then in the next chapter, they start over, and there's a new story, and this is the one where he makes one out of dust and then one out of bone. Eve is made out of bone. So we have like a dirt man and bone lady, and they are given life somehow. Like he breathes into them and they wake up. Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm. Well,
that doesn't seem real to me because it's so mythological.
Okay. Well, like you know, he's God. He does things in a way that humans or science can't explain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ours has all this explanatory power, and yours doesn't.
Have you ever been to a church before?
Yeah.
Have you ever had a miracle happen in your life?
No.
You haven't?
It depends on what you call a miracle. Like some people use the word miracle to just describe something that's really like has really low odds of happening, which I have had that. I even have it on video on my page here. I flipped a coin heads 11 times in a row. The odds of that happening are crazy. I did a penny, 11 random flips, heads 11 times in a row. Try to do that. I bet you won't. I bet you could try all day and you won't. But I don't think it was like a supernatural, like a magic thing. I don't believe in magic.
Okay. Yeah, me either. Magic is kind of...
Oh, you never had a miracle happen to you?
I have. Oh, magic. Oh, a miracle. Yeah, I've had a miracle happen to me twice,
yeah,
actually.
Magic and miracles, that's the same thing.
Okay. A miracle. Yeah. Can I tell you about it?
Sure.
So I was in church. I was at a Wednesday service, actually. I was in the church.
Today's Wednesday. Was this today?
No, it was a couple months ago.
Okay.
So I was in the church and I was, you know, they were speaking about, you know, God and stuff like that, about how, you know, what you should do and stuff like that. And they were singing a song, and the song was about, you know, following the way that you want to live and living the way you want, you know, and just setting your mind on the straight and narrow. So
follow the way you want to live.
So
I think I know that one. Something like that.
Are you play piano?
Yeah.
That's cool. Anyways, so yeah, I was sitting right there, and then I felt a hand touch me on my shoulder, and I heard somebody say my name, and that I love you. I look behind me, there's no one there, and then I just start breaking down crying, and it was one of the best moments in my life, and it was really, really touching. And that was one of the first miracles. I was 15 when that happened. 14, sorry. It was very,
So you said it was just a few months ago, and now you're saying that you're 15. So I think you lied about your age. Do you know that that's a sin? Yep. There they go. I was a little suspicious of that, but I was giving them the benefit of the doubt. But yeah. Well, that's that. Hi, Sam. Welcome in. What's your age and religion?
Put your head on my shoulder.
Add another chords to that. I was just playing minors.
Don't play minors. Baby, squeeze me oh so tight. I'm 21 and fuck God.
And you fuck God. Well, I'm sorry, God's not real. You've been fucking yourself.
Oh, I've been fucking myself.
All right, let's see here. Let's see. I think.
Ooh, pretty.
I think it's a better guitar one.
Oh, that reminds me. When you were like absolutely shredding on the guitar, that was absurd. I did not know you could play like that. As a matter of fact, we're keeping secrets from each other now because you could have told me that you knew how to play guitar like that.
So, like, when you just meet someone, you don't just sit there and like list off your talents.
You should, though.
And that's an interesting take. I don't know. I'd feel probably uncomfortable. like, what if we actually all did that? What if that was the new move? Where from now on we just like,
hi,
if
my
I
name
introduce
is
you to
Sam,
anyone,
and
to
I'm a
anyone.
sex god.
Yeah, you just have to tell them all the thing.
And that's it.
Yeah.
I really do feel sorry.
Child, no.
don't
no,
disconnect.
child,
No, I really feel.
that is a child. No,
Why do we have so many babies tonight?
no fetuses.
Don't you guys know I keep my my? You're supposed to be 18.
Don't you know I keep that thing on me?
Hold on, I have a Cash App. I have to read.
What's up?
I only get Cash Apps from one person.
Oh, really?
Do I still have to read them?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Let me see what it says here.
Take your time. Also, thank you for the money, pew pew. And all
I
other
once
things.
used a Miracle Grow. Are those like the Chia Pet things? Oh no, Miracle Grow you can just get at like Home Depot. That's just like plant fertilizer, right? That's funny because
Oh, really?
because
I thought Miracle Grow was a hair thing.
the secret to the miracle is that it's bullshit. That's actually really funny.
I would have thought it was a hair thing too.
Huh?
Oh, hi.
Miracle Grow. What you're just talking about. I thought that would have been a hair thing too.
No, it's for plants.
All right. Yeah. I mean, S.A.A.M. Both thought it was a hair thing.
Sam, but close enough.
So S. Dot is hanging out. I'm Mezzo. What's your name? What's your age? What's your religion?
My name is Mike, and I'm 28 years old, and I'm Christian. I think I'm.
You're not a secret 12-year-old like the last two guests, are you?
No, not at all.
Name your favorite character in K-pop Demon Hunters.
I never watched it.
All right, he's fine. He's a good.
I do have a niece, though. I have a niece, and I literally just.
Don't incriminate yourself, Mike.
No, I'm not incriminating. So I'm not fucking watching Demon Pop Hunters, but like, no, I know what that is, though.
I too love Demon Pop Hunters. It's my favorite.
The correct answer is Rumi. You got it wrong. Michael, I have bad news for you. You don't know shit about K-pop, and also God's not real.
Do you watch K-pop?
Let me tell you something. K-pop Demon Hunters is fucking fantastic.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
It's so good. Like it's
phenomenal.
It's really good.
Watches that. Like,
yeah, well, you should watch it with her. It's really enjoyable.
She's 3 years old, and I tried.
It's a bit intense for a 3-year-old.
Yeah, that's a lot for a 3-year-old.
There's a lot of like demons getting cut in half with swords.
I don't know if we're talking about the same. I'm pretty sure we are.
No, we are. We're talking about a 3D animated
the other
show.
Day, dude, she visited me. I live in Buffalo, and they're visiting.
It's pretty fun. There's also there's a thing where they're young enough that they don't know that the violence is bad.
I couldn't pay attention to it because I don't know. I'm just a grown man.
It's really complicated. Yeah, the plot's really difficult to understand. Okay,
I mean,
well, look,
I'm not
did you
saying
hear
the
the other
positive
thing I
about it.
mentioned,
didn't pay
though, about God
attention
not
to
being
it.
real? Are you
It's
more
female
concerned with
hunting,
this?
Oh
dude.
no, God's not
What's
real,
up?
Mike.
It seems
God's
like
not
you're more
real.
concerned with the K-pop thing than the
No,
God
I'm
not being
not.
real.
No. We were on a subject, and you guys are.
Well, I mentioned that God wasn't real, and you didn't really seem to care.
Oh,
You're fine with that?
did you mention that after or before?
It was directly after. It was too.
Yeah,
It
I
It
think
was
was
you got
too
directly
state.
distracted. I
after.
think it was too
Yeah.
close to
No,
the
so we
first
were on the
thing.
K-pop thing, and then you mentioned it, and now I'll answer it. No, I think God's real. So, like, why
But
are we mixing around
but that's
words?
what I'm letting people know that's a lot of people do think that,
All
but it
right,
turns
but
out to be
you're
incorrect.
letting people know that you're mixing around words, dude.
What?
Yeah, dude. You're like, oh no,
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 I
no.
was saying
Oh,
I wasn't saying I didn't understand you. I was saying like, what did you just say?
I don't
Mixing
watch
words?
K-pop like you. I'll tell you that straight off the bat. K-pop's
Right. So
not
we're
real.
done with the
God is.
K-pop part.
God
Sam,
is.
do you have anything else on the K-pop thing?
No, I think I'm okay with the
No, but
K-pop
God,
thing.
but
I'm
God
done with the
is real.
K-pop
We
thing.
want to
Michael,
talk
did you
about.
have some more comments about the K-pop thing you wanted to get in?
No, I'm saying God's
Okay,
real.
let's move on
K-pop's
from the
fake.
K-pop thing. The God thing is what we're saying isn't real.
Why
K-pop
is
is real.
that?
Oh, just because it's a contradiction, right? Like the whole like story of God in your Christian worldview is made up. Sam, are you doing something loud? Are you making popcorn?
See, I don't know. You're shifting your thoughts all around here.
I just got distracted because of some background noise. But you know this whole
Yeah,
thing
easy. That's fine.
where people say that God is all good.
I believe that's so. True in the
Yeah,
Bible.
but then he like murders these people, and then he says murder's bad. So this is a contradiction.
All right. Well, let me ask you this. What do you believe in? Like evolution?
In not God.
So you just don't believe in God?
Right.
There's a Bible that's the biggest book that floats around the world, but you don't believe like. So then what?
It was just on my hand. It was a magic trick. Yeah, and the Bible is where it says that stuff, that God's all good and murder's bad and he murders people. That's why this is where you get the contradiction from.
Do you think it's a
Right
special
there.
book or not? Like, I mean, I think the book like gets passed around more than any other books.
Right. That's why
Well,
we're doing this
so what
public
makes-
service,
what
Michael.
makes you not
That's why
believe
we're
in
here
it, though?
together today to let people know that. Hold on a second.
where's
I'm
the-
telling you my whole life's purpose
Alright.
here. Shut up.
No.
Jeez. We're here today to let these people know because this book does get spread around. And people who are sharing this are tricking you. They're tricking their neighbors and they're tricking their children. They're duping people left and right and even in front of them and to the backside. And we're trying to say, whoa, that's not true. This can't be real. Don't believe it. Don't fall for it.
So then, what do I fall for?
You fall for just like someone you want to love, you know?
What do you
Like,
mean by
just
that?
just
Like,
let yourself fall in
what do
love
you
with
mean?
the world. Let yourself fall in love with like the exploration of the unknown and seeking
So-
the truth.
Can I ask you a question, quick?
Another one? Yeah, I'm open. I'm an open book.
How do you think that human beings were created?
I don't think they were.
Then why are there human beings?
I think they came about naturally. I don't think anyone intended for human beings to be here. I don't think we're designated survivors
How
in the
can we
flow of
naturally
natural
just come
selection.
to be human beings? That you're talking about love. How can you naturally just love somebody?
Yeah, that seems like a pretty different question,
It's
but
not at all. It's
so-
not a different question. It's
Sure,
a,
well,
it's
okay.
a very good question.
who created humans and how does love work are the same question?
So, and then what did you say?
Can I ask you a question, Michael?
Yeah, sure.
And I don't mean to be rude, but are you
No, I believe
dumb?
in-
Are you
I
like a
believe in
dumb
God.
person?
No, I believe in God.
Okay. Are you
So let
crazy?
me ask you a question. Why didn't you answer my question?
I'm going to. I just want to make sure because I forgot
Are
to ask
you?
this at the beginning. Are you crazy though?
No?
Okay. You're allowed to be crazy. It's Wednesday night. We accept crazy people.
All right.
So
That's
I just wanted to make sure.
awesome.
Okay. Sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. I forgot to ask those. At
You're
the
not
beginning
being
of that.
rude, no. Like, what's
So
your
where
crazy
does
question?
love come from? Yeah, I think it's like a chemical response that happens in our brain.
Just from nothing, though?
No, from our brain.
Just, well, what did you? So, like, if Earth, how does Earth exist?
Are you
It's
telling me
just
that this is still the
we're
same
jumping
question?
around
No,
like real
so I asked that
bad.
question.
Michael,
Weird.
that's 2 pivots. Now we do have a
I
5
didn't
ppm
I
here.
didn't pivot. You
Hold on.
pivoted.
Hold
I asked
on,
one
Michael.
question. I
Hold
said,
on.
what do you
So
think? How
now
do you
now
think
you're
Earth was
interrupting and I'm
created?
trying to tell you the rules of the
I'm not
live.
interrupting. You're just the host. so
Calm
you're
down.
allowed to
Take a
do
deep
it.
breath. You're going to be
I'm
okay.
calm.
All right, so then listen close. You just did 2 pivots. We have a 5 ppm. That's 5 pivots per
How
minute.
many pivots do you do? 7?
No, I keep myself to 5. I stay under 5.
All right, so you're at 5 and I'm at 2.
No, I haven't even done 1 yet.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, you know what? That's not true. I did pivot with the K-pop thing. I'm at 1 and you're at 2, but I'm winning. And by the way,
Put it
my
that way.
pivots count as part of the conversation.
Well, let's
so
talk about
let's
it. Yeah,
like try not to do any.
I'll
Just,
shut
just.
up. I'll shut up. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Dude, you're good.
So, did you want to talk about where the Earth was from, or the love, or where human was from?
All of it. Yeah. Like, how do you get love out of just nothing? Like,
Yeah,
so you're saying
I
we're
don't.
not
Oh, sorry. Go
human.
ahead.
Because like before statement that you said, I was kind of putting together like you just don't think we're even nothing. Like, then why do you even go on living?
Okay, that's another
Why not
pivot.
just shoot
So
yourself in the
you're at
ass?
4. You got. I told you slow down. So you have
I'm
to
not
pick
pivoting.
which one of the questions you want me to answer.
I want you to answer the question of where well. So let's be clear here. I believe in a God. You don't, right?
Agreed.
So why don't you believe in a God?
Okay, that's a whole new question. All right, so that's your 5th pivot. So we have to stay on that question, and you can't change topics now.
All right.
Why
yes.
don't I believe in
Why
God?
do you not believe in a God?
Yeah, because he's a contradiction. In the book, there's these stories about how he's all good, and how he murders people, and how murder's not good. That's a contradiction. He's all good and does things that he says are not good.
You
feels
brought
like
it
video
back,
game.
so I think
It
we
feels
should
like video
take
game.
away
that one
that
not
one
count?
pivot that you
All
did.
right, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair, Sam.
I think that cancels out the other pivot.
Host,
All right.
I agree with you there.
Okay, that God is a contradiction.
Like, dude, everything in my mind's a contradiction. You know.
I'm
I
sensing
grant that.
that. Yeah.
So, well, let me.
But did you know that contradictions are impossible though?
You know, are they? Then
Yeah.
how is that a
Yes.
contradiction then?
Yeah, so contradictions are things.
No, let's stay on the topic. So then, what do
Yeah.
you believe in? If it's not
Michael,
God,
this is the topic. You asked me why I don't believe in God. I told you he's because he's a contradiction, and then you don't know what a contradiction is,
So
so
what
I'm
do you
going to
believe
explain
in?
that to you.
What
So
do you
that's
believe in
that's another
not-
pivot. Sam, he's
No,
changing
it's not
again.
a pivot.
I
How is
expect
it
to
a
be
pivot?
financially compensated for
What
the
do you
whiplash
believe
that I'm
that's not a
incurring right now.
contradiction?
Michael,
This is
you
a
can't
lot.
do another pivot. That's not. It's
Is it
against the
evolution?
rules. You're not
Cash
allowed
App,
to.
PayPal,
You're
my
breaking the
body. I
rules of
need
the
physical
live.
therapy.
So
Well, you believe in evolution.
you're
Oh,
not
that-
allowed to
wow,
ask me
this-
about
this
that.
is-
That's
This
not
backbreaking.
that's not a contradiction.
That's a good point,
Evolution's
Daniel.
not a
Michael,
contradiction,
this
God
Michael,
is.
this isn't a pivot. This is another like preliminary question I should have asked you. What's your
That's a
BAC?
what's up?
What's your BAC?
My blood alcohol content?
Yeah.
0.08.
Yeah. Okay, that's too high. Sorry. It's
Yeah,
you're not
see,
legally allowed to
was
drive,
nice
and you're going 5 pivots per minute. You're way above the speed limit.
Quiet.
You're
We have to keep
pivoting.
each other safe.
You're gonna get a PUI, pivoting under intoxication.
How does somebody know that? Like, how does he have an answer for that?
Because he probably needs a breathalyzer to start his car.
He's like, I know I can't go anywhere.
I'm parked in the
That-
parking
that
lot
I
waiting
much
for
I
it to go
know.
down a point. Wow, that guy was hammered, and yeah, you're gonna get a PUI. Send him a bill. Oh yeah. Hi,
Yeah,
Joel.
That was zany. That was a zany. I was in on the last like 60 seconds of that. And how many pivots were there? Like 18?
So he did 6, and Sam allowed one of them to be taken off because it's kind of where we started, and he made his way pivoting around and got back to it. But then he like passed that one again. It's like when you do the swing, and he went like all the way over and was just still
He
swinging.
swerved.
Yeah. So not good. Let's take another guest. Yeah, well, look at we got our panel here. Our friends are here. We got all we need now is a little bit of cash, right? Cash, welcome in.
Just arrived.
What's
What up,
your
guys?
age and religion?
33, and I'm a Christian.
Okay, and only because the last guest, are you lying and actually 12?
No, what the hell?
Okay, are you crazy?
I don't think so.
Are you drunk?
I'm not. No, I'm not.
Are you dumb?
I've been live for 3 minutes. It feels like, and these are all the questions that we already have to deal with. Okay, you seem pretty good. You seem cool, Cash. You seem all right. which is actually why this is kind of heartbreaking to have to say this to you, because you seemed pretty normal off the bat, but God's not real.
Okay. I don't find that like offensive. I mean, if God,
good,
if
yeah.
God
Some
himself
people take
said-
that news really hard, so I was a little bit like worried.
yeah.
about it.
Well, that's great,
if
because
God-
we're here to support you, so we can work through it with you if you're feeling any sort of sense of loss. But if you're totally rolling with it, then great. Welcome to atheism.
a sense of loss. Do you have an 800 number for people who have a
We can
sense
get
of
you into the Discord or something like that. Yeah, like if you're deconstructing now.
Oh,
And I have a 900 number, but I don't know if that would, if you
Give
need
us a
that.
little taste of here. Let's just do this
So,
real quick.
if God himself said you need faith, then I don't see how it's offensive.
Hello.
Y'all crazy.
Hello.
Did you really call? You really?
Are you lonely tonight?
I hung up. Sorry, they'll have to leave them alone tonight. Sorry about
Wrong
that, Cash.
hotline.
You guys are funny.
You were saying that God's not real.
No, I said I didn't find it offensive because if God himself said you require faith, I mean that's pretty self-explanatory. He's not saying that I'm easy to believe in with that prerequisite. So why would somebody be offended?
So he's saying because I'm so unreal, you'll need faith to believe in me.
Well, what about the person that has a lot of faith? I mean, that's what I'm presuming, that I have so much faith that I know there's a God, right? So at that point,
But
it's
faith
like-
doesn't lead to truth.
Yeah, you're right, and I believe that there's a lot of unrealized faith though. Like you don't need faith to believe in gravity, but in a way you do. But you're just not.
No, I just mean some people have faith in Hindu gods. They have
All right.
equal faith that you do in Yahweh or Jesus or whoever you talk to, and they have that to Brahma and Vishnu and Shiva.
Yeah.
So, do you think Shiva's real because they have such strong faith that they're real?
No. What I'm saying is that you have unrealized faith to believe that gravity exists.
Right, I get that. I understand that. But what I'm saying is that faith leads some people to true things like gravity, and it leads some people to false things like Hinduism. So faith isn't a really good measure of what is real.
You're right. I'm not latching onto faith for my argument for whether there's a God or not. I'm not going to use, I'm not going to say it's solely based on faith. I'm going to say that, it's encompassed in just our human experience, the trial and error of human beings, the fact that we learn through the negative not to harm one another. It seems like that is a very spiritual experience in and of itself. At the end of your life, you kind of measure the things that you did. You ask yourself whether you're a good person or not. You ask whether or not other people are good. That is a spiritual
Let's
experience.
ask each other.
Yeah.
Are you a
Okay.
good person?
I think so.
Okay, now you ask Joel.
Joel, how do you know right from wrong, brother?
Oh, that's a different question than Mezzo asked you, so I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Okay, my bad. Are you a good person?
Yeah, I think that like as a person, I'm good. I don't know that I always do the good thing necessarily, but
Everyone on the
Sam.
Discord is going to sleep. Should I eat a donut or something? Like, what do I have to do to keep you guys here?
I was just gonna ask Sam if they know right from wrong or whatever. I mean, are a good person. Fuck.
Yeah. See,
I
That's
don't.
hard. It's a hard question to ask.
I don't think that I can be the person who determines that because my actions are what would determine that, and my actions affect other people, not necessarily myself. But I try to be, if that helps. Am I a bad person for liking donuts being fondled?
That's
Wait.
no one is a bad person for that. But actually, I mean, who
Thank
are
goodness.
being affected
Wow.
by your like of the donut being?
what do you look for?
Okay,
when
so
you
we have
talk
a
to
pretty
donuts?
good panel here morally, it seems like, and that seems
about the
pretty nice.
donuts.
So it sounds like if we ask each other, we can actually now. I think a more interesting question would be: do you think I'm a good person?
I don't know. I think we'd have to have a discussion about things like, I don't know. Wait, like what would you not do for $100,000?
I'll tell you what I wouldn't do. I'd never, ever
Yeah.
slaughter infants under
Okay.
any circumstance,
Okay.
like with
you're
a
good.
sword or anything.
Oh, you're good. Yeah. You're
Okay.
definitely.
I'd also never command it. I'd never be like, I can't do it, but you guys go chop up those toddlers. You know, I don't think I would ever do
So
that.
you wouldn't follow an order if you knew it was wrong.
Yeah.
Then I think, yeah. So far, you got points in my book, man.
Wait, would you, like, if God told you to do that, would you do it?
Oh, heck no. I'm not going to do something that I know is morally wrong. I don't care who's telling me to do it.
We
I'm
don't
a-
hear that a lot.
I'm
We
not
don't
a
hear
god.
that a lot, guys.
I'm
Like,
not a god. I'm a living man.
Cash,
You know,
I have a montage on my page. I think it's still pinned, of Christians saying, as a Christian, I think sometimes the morally good thing to do is to chop up toddlers with a sword. It's crazy. We hear it a lot. Like, I put together clips. But you seem pretty cool. You know, it does. You know about the Bible, though, right?
Yeah. I know about the Bible.
That's kind of the conundrum we're in.
Well, the good thing is it has this dichotomy, right? Which a lot of people think is like, people think they try to weasel out of like a justification because there's an Old Testament and there's a New Testament. Because it has a dichotomy, people lean on the New Testament and say, well, the Old Testament doesn't really matter. And in some senses, that's true. But then I don't think that hold on, let me start over. I think that if you had the most complex book with the most complex ideas and it was available to everyone and it was in every house, then everyone would claim that they understand it. And I think that's what we got going on with the Bible. Everyone claims they understand this book because they have access to it. And that's why I think there's so much confusion. Like if I was an astrophysicist and I gave everybody a free book and it was available to and then tomorrow everybody was like, yo, I know all about space travel. Well, I'm like, do you really? You know, that kind of thing.
I think with the commanding of slaughtering, like in the case of the Amalekites, everyone who's not in Christianity reads it the exact same way. They all read it and go, yeah, the words here say God commanded the slaughter of infants. And they all, like scholars, atheists, Hindus, even like most Jewish, like, you know, people in Judaism say the same thing. Like literally everyone of every, except within Christianity, there's like 100 different answers to that of what's really going on here, because you all have to kind of scramble to make it make sense. You know what I mean? Like we ask about this one a lot. Sam's probably heard 700 different reasons for it. Joel's heard probably 700 different reasons for that verse. I've heard probably 800 because I ask it more than they do. Like,
They're all bad every time.
and it's always like, it's almost never just the thing. Where it's like, yeah, God just commanded the unjust slaughter of these infants, which is clearly what the words say.
So I can be honest, and I can have complete humility when it comes to this. And I don't know. I when it comes to the Old Testament, I don't know a lot of things. A lot of things don't make sense. But when it comes to the New Testament, it does make sense to me, because I'm leaning against the teachings of the man named Jesus, and he's essentially teaching people right from wrong in his counter arguments against organized religion. So it's like, you know, you have a big problem with organized religion, but so did Jesus. And see, this is where this is where it makes more sense to me.
Jesus, that's true. Jesus had a big like issue with the organized religion people, but he also had an issue with unbelievers. Did you know that?
I'm not so sure that it's the same thing, because if he's condemning a religious group and then how do we know what he...
No, you're right. With religious groups, he just condemned them, but with unbelievers, he did kill them. He destroyed them.
So we're talking about the Old Testament again. I see.
Actually, what we're talking about is in Jude. Jude is the second to last book of the New Testament. And in Jude chapter 1, which is all there is, it's just 1, verse 5, it says, "Now I desire to remind you, though you are all fully informed once and for all, that Jesus, who saved a people out of the land of Egypt, afterward destroyed those who did not believe." So I know you're not too concerned with the Old Testament, but what the New Testament says is that the Old Testament is true.
No, I don't know where you're reading that. I don't know.
Do you have a book?
No, I've never even. I'll be honest with you. I haven't even heard of the Book of Jude. The Book of Jude. I don't because you're saying the God that Jesus freed slaves from Egypt. That never. This didn't happen.
Thank you so
Okay.
much, Slessy.
This is
Which Bible do you use?
is that hold on. Is that an apocryphal text?
No.
It's not the Book
No.
of the Holy 12?
Wait, you're saying wait. A whole different thing. You're saying that the slaves were freed from Egypt. You're saying you haven't heard of that before?
The
No,
Exodus?
I haven't heard of Jesus doing that. I heard of God doing that in Exodus.
Oh yeah, it says in the book of Jude that it was Jesus who did that. Jude is a normal book of the Bible. Have you never heard of the
But is
Beatles?
it in the Old Testament?
It's in the New Testament.
I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna look into it, and because if I don't
As a
know,
matter of fact, could
how
you
can I
go on
contest
Google
what you're
like
saying?
right now and just right now? Could you just look that up real quick, like right now?
You can like leave this live and just Google is Jude in the New Testament, and it's going to be like Google will be like, duh. It'll probably say duh.
Yeah, I'm not in a position to contest this. If I'm hearing this
Yeah.
for like the first
So
time.
here's what you'll find when you do more research after this. You'll find that some translation of this will say the Lord, and some will say Jesus. And
Oh, okay.
from the manuscripts, we have both. Some of the manuscripts say Jesus, some say the Lord.
Can I? I got you. Hold on. What translation is that?
Mine is a NRSV UE. It's the most like accurate to the Greek. So, and Jude was written in Greek. It's New Testament. Now, with that,
That makes sense. I get it now.
now, do you know there's a really famous verse in Romans 10:9, I think it is. Is that right? Joel would probably even know it more off the top of her. Joel's eating donuts. You know the one where it's like, if you profess that Jesus is Lord, then you get to go to heaven? Let me look it up.
So check this out. It didn't originally say. I'm willing to bet that it didn't originally say Jesus, and they made that insert. They do this in a lot of Bibles. If you want an accurate compilation, you want the New
You're
Revised
making
Standard
bets
Version.
about something you haven't looked into yet. You might want to be
No,
careful.
no.
Here's what it is. Listen, this is important.
I've done this before.
Cash, I know what the original Greek word is.
Wait, the New Revised Standard
It
Version.
doesn't say. Wait, it doesn't say Jesus.
Mezzo's reading the New Revised Standard
Are
Version,
you going to be
updated
honest?
edition.
Are you going to be honest? Because it
I'm
doesn't
trying-
say Jesus in the old
Cash,
version.
I'm telling you right now. Hold on. In the original Greek manuscripts that we can date back as far as possible, some of them, there's multiple. Some of them say Jesus. Some of them say Lord. The word that they use when they say Lord is Kyrios. It's a Greek word meaning Lord, Kyrios. In Romans 10:9, there's a famous verse that goes, if you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. Does that verse sound familiar to you? It's the one where it's saying like you have to say it out loud that Jesus is who? Lord. The Lord that they use there, guess what it is?
I don't know.
It's Kyrios. It's the exact same Lord that they use in
But is it
Jude.
Ky- is it
So are you
Kyrios or is it
denying that Jesus is Lord right now?
Is it Kyrios or is it Jesus?
Some of them
moments
say Jesus and some of them say Kyrios. Are you
But
saying
5
Jesus
minutes
isn't
ago-
Kyrios right now?
But 5 minutes ago, there was no dichotomy. You just said Lord. I heard you. I have pretty
Cash,
good memory.
are you confused about what's happening right now?
No. About 5 minutes ago, when you introduced this context, you said that it reads Lord.
Yeah,
That's what you said.
Kyrios means
So-
Lord in Greek.
Yeah, in psychology, we know that an explicit statement is what you mean. It's not an implicit
In
statement.
psychology?
Yeah, we know that this is not an implied statement. You know that it says Lord, and now you're saying it might say Jesus also.
Cash,
So you-
listen.
You see, you can't be confused about the context you're presenting. It's one or the other.
Joel, you're on mute for me. Why can't I hear you? Your thing's glitched.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. It's fine.
No, it's not so obvious. Joel, you said you have the new standard version, right? Uh, no, you're making. No, you're what you're doing is you're dancing around the question. You have the new
I
revised
wrote it
standard.
down so we can be honest with ourselves here. Now, this is probably a little bit. Is this J backwards? That looks weird. I had to write it in reverse, so
Well,
you get it though.
yeah, I got you.
Can you
So
guys
there-
hear me now? Sorry.
Does
Can you
this
guys
say
hear me?
Lorb? Yeah, I can hear you. Joel, are you supposed to be on mute?
Wait, Joel said he had the new
They were
revised
just
standard.
they didn't hear me. Okay, oh now they can hear me, I think. Or can they hear? Okay,
If
I'm
you
just
have
gonna
that
leave and come
Bible,
back.
we can end this now.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you what. Do you have the Greek Bible?
So
I'm gonna tell you right now, and you can look this up later.
no, it does say Kyrios. It does not say. I just looked it up. So when you look at the revised standard version,
Cash. Yeah. Listen.
So-
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm gonna explain it
next
to
time
you.
you introduce context, you got to know what you're talking about.
Cash. I know exactly what the fuck I'm
The
talking
way
about.
that
I've been
he doesn't
researching
know
this
what
for so long.
Jude is and is trying to be
Yeah, you've
sassy
never heard of
right
the
now
book,
is
man.
taking me out.
That's
Yeah, I
a
had
good
to-
point, Sam.
I had to-
Cash.
yeah, I had to look it up.
Listen
I was
and
being
learn
honest.
for a second. Ready?
Yeah.
In the manuscripts, the ancient texts that they dig up and find, there's two versions. Some say Jesus. Some say Kyrios. It's about half and half. I don't know the exact number, but some say Jesus and some say Kyrios. So when they go and they are filling it in English, they have to decide, are we going to go with the Jesus or the Kyrios? And then if you look, Kyrios just means Lord, right? So they put Lord instead of that. So they'll either put Jesus or Lord in English. In Romans 10:9, listen close, pay attention, lock
It
in
says
here.
Kyrios. I heard you,
Who is Kyrios?
Lord.
No.
The reference to God. You just said that 10
Who
minutes
is
ago.
Kyrios?
You said it was Lord.
In Romans 10:9. No,
In Romans
Lord is
10:9.
Lord is the job title. Who is Lord?
You're saying that it doesn't say Kyrios?
If you confess with your mouth, what?
It says Kyrios, right?
No. If you confess with your
it
mouth,
doesn't.
what?
Oh, it doesn't say Kyrios.
Who is Kyrios? Cash, answer the question. Who is Lord?
You're not listening.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
I'm going to listen to you.
Cash,
I'm going to listen
hold
to you,
on.
and then you
No,
can go.
Hold
Okay,
on.
thank-
This
no,
is
no,
not
hold
about
on,
the word
Sam,
being
Sam,
curious.
Sam,
I don't think you're understanding
Sam,
the
I don't think
question
you
that Mezzo is
understand.
asking you.
I do.
Hey,
Listen.
no, you don't. No, you
Sam,
don't. So I'm
you
trying
started
to
out
explain
so
it to
smart,
you.
Cash.
Okay? You
let-
don't understand the question?
Yes,
I'm
I
trying to-
do.
no, you don't.
So,
No,
you're
you do
not
not.
continuing
Wait,
what
Cash,
I'm
tell
saying.
us the
No, no.
question. Tell us the question.
Host,
Yeah,
can you
go
be
on.
charitable and let me respond?
Yeah, tell us what the question is.
Okay. So,
No, tell us the question I'm asking
hold
you.
on. Let me respond.
You have
You're-
to. What are you responding to?
Both the context. First,
no one asked you what is the
you're
context.
holding
We asked you a
billboard
specific
that says
question.
Jesus and Kyrios. It's referring to Kyrios. Now, I'm going to prove it to you.
Who is Kyrios?
I'm going to prove it to you.
No, wrong. You're
gonna-
going to go to hell if you don't say it
I'm
right.
gonna-
It says
no,
in
I'm gonna
Romans
prove it to you.
10:9. Who is
The
Kyrios?
letter, you said there was two translations, ancient translations, and you were being dishonest. This conversation is in bad faith. The ancient translation.
How
wouldn't
many
say
ancient
Jesus.
translations are there?
The letter J is 500 years old. It wouldn't say Jesus. So this
Right,
conversation is in bad faith. You can't be
Cash,
dishonest.
are you kidding me? Do you think that throughout the whole New Testament they never mentioned
It didn't-
Jesus? What
it
did they
didn't-
say?
It said something else. You
What
got
did they say?
Kyrios down, but-
You
but
tell me
you're
what they
reading-
say when they refer to Jesus
It
then.
was. You tell me. It wasn't Jesus. The letter J is only 500 years old. You said ancient translation.
Yeah,
and I
they
already
put
looked
like
it up.
Yeshua or something.
already-
That's what it says in the ancient
You don't-
manuscripts.
You don't got Yeshua written up on that board.
I'm crying.
You're correct.
I'm crying. I'm
You
crying.
got
too.
found out.
Cash-
This is what happens. Take a good
Cash,
look,
hold
ladies
on.
and
I'm
gentlemen.
crying, dude.
This
I'm
is what
getting
happens
upset
when
and there's no
people
reason
find
to.
out.
We can agree on this because we can look this all up.
It's just you.
Let's look it up.
You're very persuasive.
No, I'm not persuading you. We're going to look
I
it
like
up.
that. And I think you're cool.
Cash,
You
but
can keep
next time you
crashing
present
out while I look
content-
up. How did
Just
they?
pause for a second, Cash. Just to confirm, can everyone do ones in the chat if they can hear me? I just want to make sure that everyone can hear me again. That it's
You can
not
be heard.
glitchy.
Good idea.
Yeah. But last time you guys could hear me, but I need
Yeah,
one.
okay,
in the
they can
chat
hear you.
who can hear. Okay.
All right,
So-
I found it.
Let me just real quick, just like remind Cash and everyone what we're looking for here. Mezzo, you can make sure, like, confirm that this is happening. We're trying to determine whether or not Jesus and God are the same being.
Not yet.
Like, we're not even there yet.
No.
We're
We're stuck
that
on what
Jesus-
Kyrios means and what translations are.
to see who's being mentioned in this verse in Jude.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Because I don't know what Cash is fighting against.
I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up because he thinks I'm being disingenuous, and I don't know it off the top of my head. So I'm going to look it up because I've forgotten it. Here it is. Here's how you say Jesus in Greek, which is what it was originally written in. Ready? Iesus. Have you ever heard that?
Yep.
Iesus, and it looks like an INOOUS, but it's kind of Greek letters, so it's kind of looks different than that.
Why did you say ancient authorities called him Jesus?
Do you want me to do this whole conversation with you in Greek, or can we speak in English?
No, I just feel like you're backpedaling on your context now.
That's because you're forcing me to. I'm happy to go through this with you, though. Okay, I have no problem doing that. Okay,
You don't need to go through with it.
you're right, Cash.
Audience
No, you caught me
Everyone
lying.
heard you.
You caught me lying. I'm caught, dude. I'm cooked. Let's go back and let's fix all my mistakes. Okay. So the original ancient Greek manuscripts in Jude 1:5, some of them say Iesus. Who is Iesus? What does that mean? Do you remember? Jesus. Some of them say Jesus. What do the other ones say? Kyrios. Kyrios.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Romans, now the reason that they put
keep
Jesus
going
for
back to
some and
Romans.
Kyrios for others, I'm so sorry, I
You're
fucked up.
jumping
The
around,
reason that they put Iesus for some and Kyrios for others, I don't know. But here's why the modern English versions go back and forth between Jesus and Lord. Some of them choose Jesus, some choose Lord. It's because of
That's just a translation. It's not what it said. That's not what ancient authorities said. That's
the
what
ancient
translators
said
No.
Jesus on some and
looking
Lord
at it
on
right now. I
others,
got it in
using
front
the
of me.
words Iesus and Kyrios.
We've already clarified that wasn't the case. And
Okay,
you're-
what does it say in the ancient Greek? In Jude 1:5, the book you've never heard of.
No, I didn't hear about it. I was being honest. I had to do my research. And now that I'm equipped with it and you're backpedaling from your argument,
I'm asking you,
I don't
what does
understand.
who is
Kyrios.
Jude? What does it say in Jude
It
1:5?
does say Kyrios. And then when I mentioned that,
Do
then you
they
wanna
all
jump back
say
to Romans.
Kyrios?
No.
What
But
do
then
the
when
other
I-
ones say?
When I mentioned that, you want to jump back to Romans.
And that's
You're
because I'm
dancing
gonna
around this context.
Cash.
I don't know why.
There's a reason I'm
It
going to
didn't-
Romans. If you
it
listen
didn't
for a
say
second,
Kyrios.
you'll understand.
No, I already understand.
Okay, then tell me why I'm going to Romans.
Because you're trying to say that Kyrios and Jesus were the same reference. That's what you're attempting.
Absolutely.
That's what you're
Every
attempting to
time
say.
that they can
But you
like
did a
do that
bad
through
job doing it.
translations. They
That's
can.
not how-
The
that's
only
a
reason I did a bad
translation.
job is because you're being a piece of shit right now, dude. Like you are being crazy to like escape the idea that Jesus was involved in the Old Testament. You're trying so hard to fight against the idea. My Jesus didn't do the things that my
no,
God
no.
did. Fine,
No,
fuck it. It
no,
wasn't
it's
Jesus.
cool.
It was your God. Like
You can
either
believe
way,
what you
dude.
wanna- it's not, bro, you can believe what you want to believe. It's cool.
Cash,
I
I
don't
don't
believe
even
any of
know
this.
what you're fighting. I genuinely don't know what you
Me
think
neither.
you're doing here.
You know, I got a little amped up because you two tried to jump me on here. Like I tried
No,
to
but
talk.
Cash,
over
like,
you.
what do you
I was
think
trying to have
is
a-
the
hold on,
gotcha
hold on.
here?
Let's dial it back. I'm just trying to have a
All right,
conversation with
that's
the
good.
host.
Cash,
Come on, guys.
what?
Let's all get along.
That's
No,
a
but
good point. Cash,
Jesus
what do you think?
is Lord.
Why
Yeah,
can't
what do you
we-
think Jude 1:5 is about?
No, it's a reference to God. It's not a reference to Jesus. And that's what ancient authorities point to. Now, translations.
And now hold on, I'm going to ask you a question about that.
When you just asked me another
when it
question.
says Kyrios, I'm pushing
God,
back
let
a
me
little
write
bit on
down the
that.
first
When it says
question.
Kyrios, you're saying
that
that
down.
Jesus is not Kyrios?
That's not what the translation says. Ancient authorities refer to that specific context as God. Other ancient authorities.
Can you
do the
read
same.
Romans 10:9 to me, please?
This is what Christians do though. They just
They
translate.
gish gallop and jump around and change topics and intentionally
No, no, no.
misunderstand things to
No,
protect
new
their cult from
translation
looking
saying-
like garbage.
Literally,
It's
like,
like-
I don't know if we can
hold
do
on,
this,
it's
Cash.
like-
Cash, hold on.
It's
hold on.
like Jehovah
Cash,
Witnesses.
hold on.
They
Can you
all say
give us the?
Jesus
Hold on,
instead of
Cash.
God. Even in the Old
Cash.
Testament, it
Cash.
says Jehovah. It's a
Cash.
translation.
So when Joel's talking, you have
it's-
to let him talk. It's the rules.
Cash, is there any chance that you can help us out here? Because Mezzo's got this like crazy notion that it's Jesus and or Lord, which means Jesus. Can you tell us the ancient authority that means that it's Yahweh that's telling you with the ancient authority that's saying that this is Yahweh God?
Bro, that's the Old Testament. We're talking about the Greek
This isn't Jude.
transcription.
Yeah.
This is
So
the New
Mezzo
Testament,
asked you
bro.
the question. He
This
said,
is why I'm trying to talk to the
Cash.
host.
Yeah,
what are you
so
doing?
Mezzo asked you a question. He said,
Nonsense.
Cash, what do you think Jude 1:5 means? And you said ancient authorities believe it's referencing God. I'm asking you for the source. Who is this ancient authority that you're citing?
And to
Bro,
be clear, when you say God, you mean not Jesus.
Yahweh, I'm assuming.
Yahweh, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're
who
trying
is
to
the
you
ancient
you want to
authority?
really make sure that Jesus is not God. You're separating that.
No, I told you when I came up here, I said I made a clear distinction between the Old Testament and the New Testament, and I said when it comes to the Old Testament, there's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of things that don't make sense. I said that. Can anybody else remember I said that?
Yeah, I remember you said that, and then I brought up this verse from Jude.
I said I lean on the New Testament because it makes more sense. So when you want to reference, right, the Old Testament and then kind of correlate it again, this is going to be this is a circular discussion now.
Sure. Who is the God of the New Testament? Is it Yahweh or Jesus?
What Jesus didn't say he was God.
Okay, so you don't think Jesus was God. Okay.
He is and he isn't. He's a manifestation of the living word. There's a manifestation of God's truth, and that makes him God. But now because Jesus kept the commandments, Jesus didn't say he was God. Right?
See,
so he was the true man.
That's what I'm pinning down here is because I don't think he did keep the commandments.
Well, he did. He didn't say he was God, so he kept the commandments.
But Cash, that's the problem I'm having is if it is the case that Jesus destroyed people for not believing, then that's murder.
Again. You're making assertions without evidence.
Cash,
I didn't even do that.
I'm just, you don't have to
As a Christian,
you don't have to fight
I didn't
me.
do that, but
you don't have to fight me, dude. Just fight me, dude. But it is the case that in Romans 10:9 it says, confess with your mouth, Jesus is Kyrios, in order to go to heaven. Are you saying Jesus is not Kyrios?
I'm saying that the new translation put Jesus there. You're saying it was
in
Isu.
Romans 10:9?
Oh yeah, you have your Bible. It has a translation where they're just going to put Jesus' name everywhere. And this is not.
What do you think that Romans 10:9 originally said?
This isn't uncommon in Bible. This is why
Can you check your ancient source for what Romans 10:9 said?
When Joel said he had the Revised Standard Version, I said, brother, can you pull it up? And he didn't. I've been waiting 20 minutes for him to grab
that. That's the one I read from.
Never been involved in bringing up a translation in this conversation.
This is the new Revised Standard updated edition.
Translations. You're not even arguing with me. It's like
maybe the Romans verse means that
I'm trying
God
to steal man your position, which is crazy. You're arguing a straw man.
You're not doing Cash. You're just trying to not get caught in something that you don't know you're getting caught in. But you have no idea what this conversation is, and you're dodging and weaving nothing. It's hilarious.
Cash, here's what you need to say right now. You have to say, I've never heard of Jude before. I never read Romans, and I don't know what the word Kyrios means. You have to say all that.
I did, and then I'm looking at it, and I got it in front of me. So what is there to
Which translation are you reading?
The Revised Standard Version.
Okay.
It doesn't say Jesus. It's simple.
What does it say?
It says Lord.
Is the Lord in all caps?
It has a capital L.
But it's not all caps?
No.
So there you go. The way that you know they're saying Yahweh is every time they mention Yahweh in the Old Testament and they use the word Lord, it's like small font, all caps, Lord. When it doesn't do that, it means what the original Greek word is Kyrios. Just like it says in Romans 10:9, Jesus is Kyrios. If you deny that, you go to hell.
No.
It says in the book.
If I deny a translation, it's not
a translation. The original Greek says Jesus is Kyrios.
Brother, you don't go to hell because there was a new translation.
It says it's not a new translation.
It is though.
Romans was written in Greek, and I'm saying the Greek words now.
Look, let's start over. We can't argue material facts. If I'm looking at something written, and so are you, and you're saying this is not a new translation, and I'm telling you it is. This is just.
Is there like a footnote by where it says that?
Yeah, they're at the bottom.
What does it say?
It'll say other ancient authorities refer to God.
To God?
That's just what Kyrios means.
Wait, okay, I'm going to look this up on Bible Gateway. So you're on Jude 1. I never get this deep into the actual text, but you're driving me a bit nuts here, if I'm being honest.
What do you mean? Hold on. What do you mean you never get this deep into the text? You just said You're talking to me
No,
like you're an expert.
I mean when I'm doing these debates, I never get this far into this because I don't care that much. But so you're looking at the RSV. Is that correct?
I think this conversation's in bad faith. That's what I
Okay.
believe. You
That
guys, show one in the
he-
chat
Agree.
if you believe this conversation's in bad faith.
Okay,
No, this
so
is
here's what the
LMAO.
footnote. I have the
Drop a one,
footnote.
guys. If you
Now
think
I
this
want you to
conversation's in bad faith,
be honest
drop a
with
one.
me and read
You
the
haven't been
footnote.
honest, my guy.
Read the footnote in its entirety. Be honest. Read the footnote in its entirety because I brought up the RSV and I can see it. Are you going to read the whole thing or do I have to do it?
I gotta log off.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
I gotta log off to read it. So if you want me to log off and come back on and read it, then I can
I thought
do
you
that.
said you had it in front of you.
Yeah, I do. It's on my phone.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and memorize the things that the
I'm
ancient
memo-
authorities say
Well, I'm
and
not
then
here
come
to
back.
I'm not here to say how to memorize. You were talking to me like you're an expert.
Well, hold on here. Like, what can happen is, Cash, you can like just flick out of the app. Hold on, you can move out of the app. You'll be
hold
on
Give me
mute.
the verse. Give me the verse and give me the verse and chapter, please.
Mezzo's gonna bring. Holy shit! This is like this never happens. Okay.
Ancient authorities read Jesus or the Lord or God. There's ancient that say all different things. So are you saying that it didn't say Jesus in the one that you brought up, you fucking liar?
Is that the Revised Standard Version? The Revised Standard Version. Other ancient authorities refer to Jesus or the Lord or God. Other ancient authorities read Jesus. Yeah, that's not what mine says. So mine says other ancient authorities refer to Lord.
It doesn't say God?
No, I think you did it. I think you did. No, it Lord is God. I think
You told us that yours said the ancient authorities refer to God.
No, I said they refer to Lord with the capital.
Okay.
Well, what do you, Cash, what are you
And how's
looking at?
Lord in Greek? Tell me how to say Lord in Greek.
Kyrios, right? That's what you said.
Mm-hmm. And who is Kyrios?
It's Lord. You're trying to
No.
make,
That's the translation of Kyrios.
That's what it says.
Who is Kyrios referring to? Do you think there's a third god named Kyrios?
No, it doesn't. It's not about what
Who's
I think.
Kyrios?
It's about what's written down.
Who's
Cash,
Kyrios?
remember earlier when I said you weren't understanding the question when Mezzo asked you that, and then you bulldozed me because you were getting defensive? I was trying to give you an analogy to help you understand the question better. So the analogy that I was trying to give you before you rudely interrupted me was, if I am a teacher, teacher is my title. What's my name though?
No, that's not what that means.
Again,
What do you mean that's
if
not what
I
that
am a
means?
teacher,
It's not. Listen,
that is
it's
my
not-
title.
No.
What is my name?
Kyrios
though?
is a title.
She's not computing the context. It says it's one of those three. It's not all three. That's what you're not getting.
No one's saying it's all three.
That's what it's a You did. You highlighted it.
Do you
said it's
understand what
all
that
three.
means? It means
It said it's
it means that
or
there's
this,
multiple ancient
or that,
authorities. Do you
or
understand
this.
that, Cash?
So we need to figure out which one it's referencing.
Cash, in ancient authorities, there's three different things that are referenced.
Yeah.
It either says God in some, it says Kyrios in some, and it says Jesus in some.
But we know that it doesn't say Jesus because Jesus.
The oldest
name.
ones, what do the oldest ones say? Let's look it up.
We and you agreed.
Let's just look at it. Let's just find out. What does the
We agreed it doesn't say Jesus.
oldest manuscript say?
We settled on that truth axiom.
Hey, Cash,
And now we're
while
back.
Mezzo's looking that up, you said that you had a revised standard version that doesn't show the other two options and only has one option. What are you looking at? Because you said it's on your
You're
phone.
not-
So is
it's
there a
common-
website
listen,
or
it's common sense.
is there a website or
Let-
something
it
that we
wouldn't-
can all
listen,
find that?
other-
I just want to check what
I'm
you
trying
said
to
was
respond.
true, just to make sure that you're in good faith.
Other-
So can you
other
let us know
ancient-
where we can find your revised
Other
standard that
ancient
only has the Lord?
authorities. Listen, okay, you're not listening. If you're not going to listen, how am I going to talk to you? Other ancient authorities wouldn't refer to him as Jesus.
I don't care about your opinion. What I'm
Oh
looking
my God.
for is the
All right,
revised
then I'm done.
standard
Then I'm
version
done
with the
talking to you.
footnote.
Then I'm gonna
with
talk to the host.
footnote.
If you don't want to
with-
listen, I'm gonna talk to the
No,
host.
I'm looking for the footnote that you're claiming is in a revised
I'm
standard
done
version
talking
that
to
is
you,
different than
man.
Mezzo.
If
So what are you
if
looking
you're not
at
gonna
on your
listen,
phone?
If you're not going to listen, we can't have a conversation.
Wait, Joel, what were you trying to get him to say?
So
back to
what
those.
he said that the footnote that you're seeing was different than the footnote that he's seeing, but he's seeing a footnote on his phone. So
Yeah, so
what revised version is he?
Are you
looking
on Bible Gateway?
No, Bible Gateway does not have the Revised Standard Version.
It sure
Yes,
does.
it
That's
does.
what I
You
was
were
just
just
looking
looking
at.
at it.
Yeah, but this is what I was trying to tell him, even though he kept talking over me. Other ancient authorities wouldn't say it's Jesus because Jesus wasn't the name. That's
So
what he's
here's
not.
I
that's what he's
looked
not
it up.
computing.
We know
These
it says
two are not understanding
Iesus.
that. They're lost in
We covered that
translation.
already. So Cash, I looked it up. Here's all the oldest stuff. One of the older ones says God Christ, which is where some of the confusion came from. That was like a weird combination of God and Jesus Christ. They all thought back then that Jesus was God, so they mixed that together. But it says that most scholars account that one as like a, how do they call it, a misprint, a scribal error, that it wasn't supposed to be like that based off all the other ones, because the next oldest ones, the Codex Vaticanus and Codex Alexandrinus, which are both 4th and 5th century, both read Iesus, which means Jesus. The oldest ones say Jesus.
Yeah, but it's
But
not.
Cash, what website are you
It's
on?
not. Hold on. And so it's not that simple because if you look at, if you look like in the book of Mark when they said that Pilate had two prisoners, one named Jesus and the other named Barabbas. If you look at the footnote, hold on, let me finish, guys. If you look at the footnote on the Revised Standard Version, they'll say other ancient authorities refer to Jesus Barabbas. So then we know that both prisoners were named Jesus. Why don't most Christians know that? Because their new translations don't have that excerpt. Barabbas was not a name. It was a word they forgot to translate into
Wait a
English.
second, Mezzo. Did you say that was the oldest?
So this is what happens.
Yeah, it also mentions that other early and diverse manuscripts also support Jesus, including the 1739, 1881, 2344, and many versions like the Vulgate and early church fathers. The reading of Kyrios, or the Lord, in Jude 1:5 appears in later transcripts, especially in the Byzantine tradition, as well as versions like the majority text, the Psalter, the NIV, and KJV translations. So it was like 1,000 years later, they changed it to Lord instead of Jesus. It originally said Jesus in Greek.
This is
But also,
why,
what
this
website
is
are you
why
on,
we-
Cash?
This is why we have a Revised Standard Version of the Bible.
Cash?
Because,
I think it's
Okay,
christianliars.org.
because
What
we want-
website are you on, Cash?
This is why we have a Revised Standard Version of the Bible.
Christianliars.org. Yeah,
Because we
Cash,
don't-
what's
because
your
people are
source?
leaning-
What are you looking at there?
What's the website, Cash?
Because people are leaning. I'd have
The
to get out and
RSV
come
just
back up.
says
You
he.
guys are gonna let me back up. I
Oh,
think.
this is interesting. The he in the RSV is lowercase, like how they use it when they're referring to Jesus, but not the uppercase when they're referring to Yahweh. That's very interesting. Even in the RSV, they know that they're talking about Jesus and not the uppercase HE God.
No,
So you're
no,
fucked from
you're
every
talking-
angle.
no, you're talking
Now,
about
Cash.
Romans.
What's the
no,
website
this is
you're on,
Jude 1:5.
Cash?
Wait, no. When you were talking about Romans, you're correct. But when you're talking about the book of Jude, that doesn't say that.
I would
See,
love
you-
this
This
website.
is what happens.
You don't
when
know.
have-
Cash,
you don't
this
know
is
'cause
what
you don't
happens
have
when
the
you have a
book in front of you.
Yeah,
compartmentalized argument.
Cash. Let me look on the website you're looking on. What website are you looking on?
And Cash, if you need to look, you
You're
can
pedaling-
swipe out
you're
for a
pedaling
second,
back
have a
and
look.
forth between
You-
two
I just
arguments.
want to see what you're seeing. Tell me what you're looking at so I can go look at it.
You can swipe out, have a look real
Hold
quick,
on.
and then come
You're
back in
going
without
back-
leaving.
you're
Without
going-
leaving.
why
You
is he
don't
still
need to.
talking
Hey, I'll
over
just tell you, Cash. You don't need to drop. You just need to swipe out, look at the
Hold on,
website, and then
hold
come
on,
back
I'm-
and tell us what it
Hold on,
is.
guys.
Hold on,
Look,
everyone.
I'm
Hold,
talking.
Cash. Hold
Why
on.
is he
Hold on.
still
I'm
talking
gonna end the whole live. Calm down. I'll do it. Cash,
wasn't-
if you can't tell us your source, the name of the website that you're looking at, I'm gonna drop you because I think you're lying. So you tell us the name of the source, or move on.
Yeah, I can do that and come back up.
Yeah.
All right.
You don't have to drop out of the app. You just have to like leave the app. You'll never be back. What a fucking liar!
That was so fun.
If
I
you
know that
have
was
to
like-
lie, guys. If you have to lie that hard, there's a problem.
Save the cult.
He doesn't even know why he's lying. He didn't. I don't think he knew what the conversation was.
I don't even know why he's lying.
Joe, were you there in the beginning when he never heard of Jude, the book?
Yes, and then he's the pro. He what the fuck was that?
Know what you're
I
talking
know.
about, he says, after never hearing of Jude. What?
I know that for the audience, that was like a bit long and a bit tedious to like nail down this point, but like that was incredible for me. I've been wanting to talk about that like specific topic with someone for so long, because when I find it, I'm like, holy shit, that's the killer. That's the like defeater. Jesus is God from the Old Testament. He killed all those fuckers. Like, this is crazy. He killed my ancestors, the Amalekites. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is nuts. And then I finally got to go through it with somebody, so I probably stuck with him too long because he was not into it as much as I was.
The worst version.
He was not fucking with it.
But it was good because I got to like do a little more
got
digging and research and find out. And like the more that he brought up and then lied about, it showed me, yeah, I'm totally right in this. The early transcripts say Jesus. The RSV uses the lowercase h. Like, knowing that for future is super fun.
You know, one thing that, like, if all of this is true, he is going to hell now because he wasn't confessing that Jesus is Lord. So he did fuck that up.
Yep. Jesus is Kyrios. That's important. If you don't say that, that's how you have to say it. You got to say it out loud. Confess with your tongue.
Is that the confession?
Yeah, that's what I always, you know how like sometimes when you're on top, maybe you'll like spell your name, or I guess Megan Thee Stallion is the one who did that. I always like
I've done that.
Confess the name Jesus is Kyrios. While
but with the tongue specifically?
Down there. Matt, welcome in. What's your age and religion?
Joel, he doesn't fucking remember me, dude.
I mean, we this guy cammed up for us. He was sitting in his car with the air conditioning on. You know, for us on my live, like, you don't remember Matt.
I wasn't really in your live very much today. I was a little bit busy with my kids.
No, like it's 3 other lives ago, or 2 last live before.
I can't remember that many lives
He's
ago.
playing
I've been
us at this
up
point.
with a hurt back in bed.
Yeah,
yes, it was that
What's
day.
wrong with your back?
Oh, I fucked my back up really bad.
Is it from carrying all these debates on your back?
No, it was from exercise. Don't exercise, people.
Never
it's dangerous.
exercise, kids.
Never exercise.
I told Joel, I was like, hey, I'm going to try and like do a little exercise and get in shape. And then 3 days later, I was bedridden.
They said, fuck you and your shape. Damn.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Matt loves that song.
God, I fucking love that song.
Let's deconstruct Matt real quick. And
I wrote a new song that's very dirty that I'm going to play at the end of the live. Hold on, Mark, chill. I wrote a very dirty song. What is it? Matt, I wrote a really dirty song, and I haven't played it for anyone. I wrote it yesterday. I've literally been bedridden and on things I can't say the name of on the live.
We have to wait till the very end of the live for this?
I'll give you a taste.
Oh, nice.
Let me taste.
It's like
This is a worship song?
In a way.
Kinda, yeah. It's like a Maxwell.
Yeah.
Bit of a Maxwell vibe.
Oh, God.
There's some do it to the beat type of music. Hell yeah.
Well, listen to this. Anyways,
oh man,
Damn!
it's an absolute vibe.
It's beautiful, and if only it was top of the hour, we could use it for top of the hour. But unfortunately,
Yeah,
it's
it's 8:26.
26
We missed
after,
it.
so we can't.
It's the hour to top. Thank you.
We only can do it at the top. So, but
I came on.
the song.
I came
Matt,
on.
did you hear the news we were talking about to the last guy? I know there was a lot of rambling, but before we got into that, the kind of bad news. It's not my back, the other thing.
No, no, I did not.
Oh, sorry. This is kind of a bummer. Turns out God's not real.
Yeah, I'm sorry to disappoint you, Mezzo. To be honest, because
It's disappointing. I was hurt too.
No, I'm disappointed to tell you that I came up here just solely to tell you how fucking good you look tonight. No deconstruction necessary tonight. God is real. God is good. God is love. Joel, love you. Sam,
Matt, you're
love
wasting
you.
our time with this shit.
Love you on Ian's show, Sam.
Save it for frickin' Pride Month, dude.
And
Sorry.
damn, that was a little homophobic or something.
I'm just kidding. No,
Canceled.
I know.
Golly, bro.
Cancel.
Well, that was he was putting a little extra on it. So Matt, did you want to deconstruct while you're up here though, real quick?
One thing is
We can deconstruct just one thing, like maybe
deconstruct one thing. Maybe Sam
God
can help because I know that you don't know anything about evolutionary biology, Mezzo.
That's probably
Oh wow.
Human beings have not taken raw materials that are unalive, hydrogen,
Speak for yourself.
carbon, nitrogen, and the tools that create life to create one non-replicating, single-celled organism. Yet, we believe, yes, go ahead and Google it, or ChatGPT it, yet we make the assumption in evolution that those non-living elements collided to create amino acids, and then those amino acids to create one single non-replicating cell. Then it learned to replicate. And I find that to be a huge leap rather than just saying, hey, we were intelligently designed. The assumption of being intelligently
that would be
designed.
design if humans made that happen. We would have designed it that way, right?
Say again?
If we made an experiment and tried to do that, it would be design.
Exactly.
Right. And it's very difficult to do it with design. What you need is like the grandeur of nature and like a billion years. We don't have that in a lab.
Right. Slap a few billion years on it and slap a few
we have done it
miracles.
with design. We have done it with design a little bit.
Well, we've created amino acids and non-replicating or non sufficient like cell membranes and stuff, but we've never created even non-replicating. So anyways, the point is that the believing
these are
that,
designed xenobots.
Yeah, those
from
are not
frog cells.
Right, you have to start with frog cells.
Yeah.
Right. Like we know.
But do you know what like a cell is? Like do you know about
We got
lipids?
Cash in the chat, by the way. He came back.
We can deconstruct life in general by all kinds of base elements like carbon, nitrogen, how much, how little, right? Everything that's made up of DNA, all that kind of stuff like that. Yet we can't reconstruct it into creating one life out of those, one small life, not like human life, because that would be crazy, but like one small infinitesimal, non-replicatable membrane. We cannot do that. Yet we believe that, like through evolution, like we believe that instead of something designing it to be that way, that all of those hydrogen, carbon atoms came together to create complex amino acids to create a non-replicable life.
Matt, complex amino acids are flying through the universe. Those are naturally occurring.
No, complex amino acids have building blocks. They're not just floating. They're complex, obviously. That's the whole point.
Yes, they are. And we find those in natural places flying around in asteroids far away from Earth. Already complex.
That's correct. Yeah, there's an asteroid that just hit the moon. Not just, but hit the moon whenever we went. That's whenever we went to the moon, we found amino acids from a meteorite that hit the moon.
I don't think that's true.
Isn't that how we got a piece of the asteroid off? We got like a piece of an asteroid from like the 60s.
When do you think we went? No.
No?
We got a piece of the moon in the 60s. The asteroid pieces that we got are recent. We just went to like asteroid Bennu.
Oh, I don't know.
And
Maybe
then Churyumov-Gerasimenko.
Yeah, I did see that though, yeah.
67
And there was like 9 of the 11 amino acids needed for life on that asteroid.
14 of the 20.
That's right.
So those are naturally occurring. So we have complex amino acids, right?
Right, but all of those chemicals
we have
together
lipids,
to make a
right?
cell.
Lipids
Obviously.
form naturally in like the oceanic thermal vents where there's like a lot of hot and cold. Lipids are naturally hydrophobic, so they like separate apart from each other and form spheres. They form cells literally.
No, they don't form cells literally. Hydrogons do not.
Lipids.
Right. We don't
they
observe
really
those
do.
things.
Absolutely, we do.
I've said cells. You said they literally form cells. We do not observe that.
Let's see.
You said lipids, maybe,
Have
but not
we-
cells. Lipids is fat, right? Am I missing something?
It's a little more complex than that. Lipids are these little tiny things. Yes, scientists have observed lipids forming cell-like structures, both in the context of research on the origin of life and in the study of cell biology. So yeah, we can see lipids naturally form. And we find lipids naturally forming in oceanic hydrothermic vents. Okay, so lipids, the proteins, that's the amino acids, and then the nucleic acids. That's the last thing that we need. That's what like builds the RNA ladder.
Right.
And we do find that on the surface of clays, things will stick in a ladder formation. So we have all three, like evidence of naturally occurring, all three of the things that are like all life shares in common.
100%. We can
Every
observe
tree,
that
every
now.
fish, every, you know.
We share 40% of DNA with bananas. Like, I understand.
No, this
all that,
isn't DNA yet. I'm just saying
I'm just
the
saying.
three
The
building blocks.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like those coming together to form complex code. This goes into quantum. This goes into quantum theory like a lot. But
no, it doesn't. These if
Well,
you have
what I
those
was gonna
things
say,
together and you have some sunlight and some water, you have the ability to do this.
So, but
this
that's what I'm
isn't
saying.
quantum shit. This is chemistry.
No. Right. But what I was gonna say is that if we know all of those things, then and we can't put them together.
Yeah.
And we know the building blocks of them. We know how it all works. We know what the amino acids need. And we've never seen a single cell organism form.
I can tell you why
these
it's so
lipids.
hard to do. Why it's hard of an experiment to do.
Of
At
course,
least
it's
why
hard.
why I think it is, because we already have life everywhere. So like you have to make a lab that is 100% life free in order to like neutralize the variables in the experiment. You have to like clear off so much that like it's hard to get like inorganic sludge to try it with and like still give it access to sunlight and stuff. It's hard to make a clean room that clean. So it's hard to do this test without like the life that we currently have interfering. Plus, we've been doing this for less than 100 years.
If it was just chemical biology, then it would be a matter of putting things together that make life.
Okay, if there comes a day where they go, hey, we did it, we made a thing, and this thing is like a cell that replicates, will you be like, abiogenesis, evolution, it's all true?
No, it would prove intelligent.
Okay, so then why are we talking about this? If this isn't gonna sway your mind and it's not gonna sway my mind, if they find this thing that you're talking about, you're gonna stay in your exact same belief and I'm gonna stay in my exact same belief. So this thing has no bearing on this conversation.
No, showing evidence that it can happen naturally and observe it. No, us doing it proves something intelligent, putting the chemicals together is necessary. Us observing that it happens naturally, it would be like, well, this is proof right here that this happens naturally. It'd be like coding a computer to turn from...
What if we find life on Europa?
I don't know what that is. What's a different planet?
It's one of Jupiter's Galilean moons. It has a subsurface ocean.
Yeah, life on other planets.
So if we find a type
change.
of life that's different than ours,
yeah, finding life on different planets, I think will change a lot of people's beliefs in general.
you would stop believing in God if you saw like life on another planet?
I think that it would be God in general. The God of the Bible would be wrong. I think
Okay.
so.
All right. Well, then I think it's like in your best interest to call your congressional leaders, tell them to fund NASA because NASA's getting hella cuts, and they're going to be the ones who can narrow down the search. And
Or Elon Musk.
if they go search every planet and every moon in our solar system and find nothing, then that's like really interesting for your perspective here. But as it is right now, their funds are getting cut, and so we have to try to do our best to save them in order to find out the truth of how the universe came to be. Was it intelligent, or is it just a natural case of chemistry? You know.
Are you a fan of Brian Cox?
I don't know about Brian, but I like the. Oh yeah, yeah,
physicist?
yeah, I know him. Yeah,
The people's physicist?
yeah, he's fine. He's got that fake accent he does to sound smart.
It's one of my favorites.
You know that guy's from like Bulgaria, right?
I have
He,
no idea where
he
he's
just
from. I've
hams
just
up
been
that
super.
accent.
I've
Super
just been
fake.
super into his TikToks about physics and stuff, and he's super atheist, but he talks about how the universe is not intelligent, but like is like formed with what something called like bits, where it's like ones and zeros, and how it's like it's very like comparable to like a quantum computer, and how it. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know enough about it. I'm still learning about it, but it's just very difficult for me to believe that the improbability of non-intelligent life coming in perfectly to create even not intelligent life, just life in general, when those chemicals have to come into existence in a way without getting extinct, and just believing that happened naturally rather than it was pushed in a direction. And you agree with natural selection, but you have to get to life before it has a reason to have direction.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I think abiogenesis is like the best leading theory that we have out there right now, or hypothesis rather. It's like has a ton of evidence behind it, like all the stuff I was listing about. Like we find all the things needed in nature. The only thing we can't really contend with to like, show this in the lab is a billion years. Give it a few more years and we'll keep trying. It's worth keeping trying, right? And trying to find out. Like, look, I think like it's going to be like, you're right. What's going to happen is they'll end up doing it. And then everyone will say, see, it had to be designed. These scientists made it, right? Even though the whole thing that the scientist paper will be saying is that this happened naturally and we watched it happen. And they'll say, that's proof of design because you guys are ignorant and dishonest. But you won't read the whole paper.
No need to be rude.
Oh, sorry. Was that rude?
No, it was fine.
I think it was like a pretty accurate telling of what you just said you would have done. You would have like said that you would do that. So I was being pretty honest.
We could illustrate it just by bringing Cash back if we want to say ignorant and dishonest, right?
Oh, is Cash back?
He's been hanging out.
Oh,
sorry. Yeah, hold on. Let's get Cash real quick here. Mike, hang on one second. I'm going to get this thing from Cash. Cash?
What's up, man?
What were you supposed to find for us?
You wanted to look at what I was looking at.
Yeah, what's the website you were looking at?
Applied hermeneutics. I'll put it in the chat.
Plaid hermeneutics.
Applied hermeneutics. Here, I got you, man. So hermeneutics.stack.
I have a bunch of pictures of like people named Herman wearing plaid shirts. Hold on.
If you put
is it Journal of Applied Hermeneutics.org?
You know what
I can't read the chat. You have to tell me the name of the website.
Right. You know what hermeneutics are, right?
Hermeneutics.
So go on to hermeneutics.stack, and then there's a search. There should be a search bar. Hold on, guys.
Hermeneutics. What?
Stack Exchange.
Stack Exchange.
So, well, I don't know.
Bible. Yeah, here we go. .com. Okay.
Yeah. So
Bible hermeneutics. Okay.
And you can put the verse in the search bar.
Where's the search bar?
Now, I also
Cash can be the revised version of the Bible as well.
Why are these guys talking again, man?
Yeah, because I'm allowed to fucking talk, Cash.
Cash,
but you're talking over me.
Cash.
Look, I can
Cash. Joel is my best friend. He's gonna win over you. I'm gonna pick him over you. So you have to have a little bit of like respect here. All right. Look, I didn't have to bring it back up.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
You didn't know he was my best friend. I didn't say that before.
It's cool. I'm sorry.
So okay. Cash, the reason why you're trying to shut me up is because I want to remind everybody that you said you were reading the revised edition or whatever translation, and that it was the footnote in that. So now we're looking at a website that's going to give us the footnote for that particular translation that is not going to say the three names, Jesus, the Lord, and God. It's just going to say the Lord. That's what we're looking for, Cash.
No,
so we'll see if you're a fucking liar.
Okay, Cash, I brought up biblical hermeneutics. Bible. I searched Jude 1:5.
This guy doesn't listen, man.
There's 429 results. Do you want me to sort them by relevance, newest, score, or active? Is it the one that says, why is Jude 1:5 translated Jesus instead of Joshua?
No, it says so we're not looking at the same thing. No, it says why is it translated? You were right in that it's referencing Yahweh in both. You gave me Judah and then you gave me Romans and both both translate to Yahweh. You were correct in that. In
Okay,
what you were
is Jude
saying.
5 referring to Sirach
but the
46:1?
But
Is
the
that what you're
fact
talking about?
Yeah, they both reference Yahweh.
Is this the website that you're looking at?
I'm not sure what you're. I'm sorry, I'm not sure.
Does the top of the title of your page? What is the?
I dropped
what
it
is
in
the
the chat, so I'm
Holy
sorry.
Christ, dude, you are just like absolutely like a waste of time. Oh my God! All right, scrolling back up to where you posted a thing in the chat.
You don't remember it?
Here, I'll drop it again. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, do it again.
Chat's going wild.
Nobody else chat. Nobody chat. We all got to see this, and everyone at home, go to the same thing. We're all going to do this together.
Nobody put ones in chats. Let's just let Cash do the thing that's not going to apply to what the claim was anyway.
So I didn't mean for this to turn into a polarized argument. When I got interrupted,
I still don't see it coming up. Did you put it back in there?
So if me and you are going to have a conversation, this can totally be possible. You're referencing...
Yeah, Cash, we're going to have a little bit of fun. It says we're going to do some jokes. You got to be able to have a good sense of humor.
You're referencing Yahweh.
Did you post it yet? I'm not referencing anything. You did post it?
What are you talking about?
Cash, when you post it, are you posting it as a link?
Yeah.
TikTok blocks links. You need to put the name at the top of the page.
Guys. My bad, guys.
Just read to me what it says at the top of the page. Does it say
just go under hermeneutics, and then I'm going to spell hermeneutics.
I'm on hermeneutics.stackexchange.com.
Yeah, so why didn't you put in the verse? That's where you're supposed to be. That's where you're supposed to be.
I did. I put Jude 1:5 in the search, and there's 429 results. Which one should I click?
The one that says Yahweh.
All right, I'm going to scroll down until I see one that says Yahweh. No results.
It should be the first one.
It's not. The first one is, why is Jude 5 translated Jesus instead of Joshua?
Okay, so I see what the confusion is. I'm sorry. It's because put in Romans. What did you say? Romans what?
Oh, you want to do that one first?
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is the fruit of the confusion.
Romans 10:9, the fruit of confusion. There. Why did Paul place Romans 10:9 in the middle of a discussion about salvation of Jews?
There you go.
Or in Romans, that's the one?
It's because you presented both.
If you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you'll be saved. The main scripture witnessing the streets uses Paul central to truth. Okay. When discussing salvation of Jews for only the law, why did Paul do this? Hebrews 9:25-26 says Christ entered the Holy of Holies with his blood as payment sin for all fullness time. Could you therefore say his blood was also payment for the Jews? I don't know what this is about.
I wonder what,
where's the footnote?
Where's the liar's footnote?
I don't know what you're looking at. This is
the footnote.
So the thing is that it's referencing Yahweh. So even though it says Lord,
I found it. In Romans 10:9 is Paul's use of the word Lord referring to Jesus as deity? That's the question. If you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart God raised him from the dead, you'll be saved. Is Paul's use of the word Lord referring to Jesus' deity? God is immortal, unlike Jesus, who died and had to be raised from the dead by his God. Take a look at Romans 10:9 again. Who raised Jesus from the dead? Is that what you're looking at?
This still is not a footnote, by the way.
To clarify, I am agreeing with the proposal that Lord in Romans refers to the deity of Jesus.
And Lord is capitalized here in all capital letters. But there's the thing, here's the problem, right? When you told me to reference
not in my version. Hold on, let me check.
I know, but when you gave me two passages, I inserted both. And I found the same thing. They're both referencing Yahweh.
Yeah, in the RSV, Lord is lowercase there.
Yeah.
And according to the website you just brought me, the guy says that this is referencing Jesus's deity.
Is this Christian Reddit?
Yeah, it's just a bunch of random people saying, here's what I think it is.
Okay, fantastic.
These are not experts, Cash. These are random people. I can vote on which answer I like better.
Christian Reddit sounds dope.
Do you realize that I, as an atheist, can vote? In fact, this only has 2 votes, so I can upvote this one that says Jesus is God, Jesus is Lord.
Are you on biblical are you on biblical hermeneutics?
.stackexchange.com.
No, but what? Yeah, but where are you there?
I went to the one that says, in Romans 10:9, is Paul's use of the word Lord referring to Jesus' deity? And the answer is a resounding yes. Jesus is the deity they are referring to. Jesus is Lord as Jesus.
The reason I rely on an applied hermeneutics is so we can look at what
I'm going to upvote this one, so that goes to a 7. So now that's the top answer.
Because the translations, here's the thing, the translations don't help. Bibles have many different translations.
Do you know what doesn't help? Anything you've said.
Can we get the footnote?
It's because you don't understand what it is you're presenting. That's why this is so confusing. You don't even understand what the context you're presenting.
The problem, yeah, you're right. The problem was that I read the book of Jude and you had never heard of it. I think that's our main problem.
Yeah, that was.
I think another issue that's really prevalent here is that we still don't have the footnote. So can I have the footnote, please?
Is that what we're looking for? Is the footnote?
Yeah, I just want Cash. I want to let you know something, Cash.
In the
Be
book
quiet
of
for a
Jude,
second.
he's referencing Yahweh, not Jesus. What is our
Cash? You keep on saying that, but it doesn't matter. You can say it all you want. But I just want you to know this, Cash, is that this is streaming on YouTube. So it is actually something that, like, right now, I could go back in time and I could hear you say that in your version of the Revised Standard Version, in the footnote, it only says the Lord. And that was what we were looking for. That was the link we wanted to see. That is not what you gave us because you're a liar.
It's tempting to be petty enough to rewind it and play it, but I don't really want to go scrolling for it right now. I'm not into that. You can do that on your own time, Cash.
But Cash, we all know you're a liar. And the thing is this.
I'm familiar with the Revised Standard.
When Christians have to lie, it shows that they're
I'm familiar with the Revised Standard Version.
When when Christians have to lie, it shows that the cult is
I'm familiar with the Revised Standard Version.
You're a failure who made Christianity look stupid.
I said I'm looking at
Cash. What does the footnote say?
I'm looking at the material.
What does
I'm actually going to have to agree with Mezzo here, and I'm really wanting
if you look back, that's
maybe Matt, will you help us? Let's just all in unison start going, what does the footnote say? What does the footnote say?
Where's the footnote? What does the footnote say?
What does the footnote say?
What does the footnote say?
I said the material I was looking at.
What does the footnote say?
And then I said the material I was looking at negates
what does the
footnote
say?
And you guys are
what does the footnote say? 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 What does the footnote say?
What does the footnote say?
You guys are arguing with a straw man. I had to steel man his position twice.
We're not even asking you for an argument right now. Bye.
I fucked him off.
He said you guys are arguing with a straw man. You're the straw man?
I guess.
Are you the straw man?
I guess he's the straw man.
How y'all gonna make me argue with another Christian? That's fucked up.
That guy wasn't a Christian.
Okay,
that guy was
shouldn't be a Christian.
Yeah, that's
that guy is barely a guy. That man is not sentient. Where the fuck is the footnote?
I think what we should do is just drop that song on Spotify. and then in the hyperlinks and in the metadata on the song, like put biblical hermeneutics, Jude 1:5, Romans 10:9. So next time someone Googles it, instead of this Christian Reddit, it takes them to this song.
Period.
That should be the album name.
That's stellar.
We'll probably get like 1 or 2 listens per year, I would imagine, because how many people look this up?
It's only Cash. Yeah.
Just Cash. I'm gonna find it one day.
I'm out of here, boys. I'm not going to take any more of your time. Love y'all.
Thanks for your help with that. And again, sorry about the news, but we'll see you. I guess you're welcome back anytime.
Bye, Matt. Stop being a Christian. Don't be like Cash. You're better than that.
He seems like a nice guy.
I think Matt's a nice guy. I think he's like, a little bit more critical thinking and just being open, and he'll leave the cult.
I'll be honest now that he's gone. I did remember him this time, but not fully. I remember him that I didn't remember him, and so I ran that joke. But I don't remember what he like. I never remember if like someone's a young Earth creationist or a like footnote denier or what. So I have a hard time with that. Boca.
What's up?
Are you like a fan of Boca burgers?
I don't know what that is, but sure.
Oh, they're fucking bomb. It's like the original vegan burger patty.
Nice.
Well, how old are you?
29.
And what's your religious affiliation?
I'm Christian.
Damn.
Sorry about it.
No, it's fine. It's already been kind of a tough night with all the like.
I'm gonna have to like
footnotes.
bestow upon you like some really unfortunate news, and I think it might be for the best for you to brace yourself. You know.
Okay.
And I'm so
Braces
sorry
back in.
that I'd have to be the one to tell you this. Okay.
Okay.
Just give me a moment, all right? And everyone take a moment too.
Just everyone take your time with this.
Yeah, take your time. I am so
Oh shit! It's the top of the hour.
Hell yeah. TOTH. That's right, it's tough. And that's 11:53 in the PM. That's right, it's a beautiful August 13th evening. Ooh, it's spicy hot because we got Mezzo hosting the shit out of this bitch. And we got Sam hanging out in the sidecar with me, JRB. We got Boca in the hot seat. Mez.
Yeah. Yes, hell yes. Welcome back, everybody. It is indeed the top of the hour. We're into it. It's jamming. It's grooving over here. It is, I want to say, fucking fresh out here right now. It is hot, though. I am steaming hot. I'm in my garage. It's, I think, let me check the weather, 10,000 degrees. Well, it says it feels like it's 99. It feels like 10,000 in the garage. I'm pretty impressed that the local weather has my garage as one of the specific locations, but that's satellite technology, folks. So we got Boca Dude in the hot seat. Boca Dude, I believe we had some good news for you. What was it, Sam?
Actually, the news wasn't super fantastic.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
not gonna lie. The news was a little lackluster. We were bracing ourselves, but I can make it sound like good news.
Please.
I am so terribly, and I mean, I've never been more apologetic, no pun intended, in my life. But I am here to let you know God isn't real.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, that nigga fake as hell, sorry.
Thank you for letting me down softly. The music before really helped cushion the blow.
It's a sexy song.
It's at least that, probably more.
So you okay? Do you need some help
I gave quite the
deconstructing?
release.
I'm okay. I feel good. I'm sitting down, and let's deconstruct. Let's talk it out.
Sure.
What do you want to know?
Nothing. We're just letting people know. There's like a public service announcement. We're kind of like letting people know that God isn't real, Christianity's false. So are the other religions. But we all used to be Christians, so we kind of we kind of talk about this particular topic the most.
Okay. Well, I first off love the vibe, but I disagree.
What?
I think I got a pretty good reasons to believe that God is real.
Well, have you seen my shirt?
Let me see it. God is make believe.
Oh, with the clear shorts is
Whoa.
fire. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I appreciate the shirt.
I'd stand up higher, but my back brace would show.
Oh my god.
Good type font. I like it.
Real quick, this shirt is available. Link in bio in our BBD store. We got tote bags with Bible verses on them and shirts with God is make believe on them. Now, keep in mind, I'm reversed. So if you buy the shirt, it's going to say it backwards, which is fine because then you can wear it around in public with no one throwing eggs at you, Christians carry eggs around. And then also every time you look in a mirror, you'll be reminded God is make-believe. So Boca, was that convincing, the ad I just did?
It was convincing to consider buying a shirt, but maybe not change my worldview.
What's got you convinced there, Boko? Why you think there's still a God even after all that evidence?
Yeah, well, I'll just start with a few things, and I'll try to keep it rational and logical. Okay, no, look, we're not going to be talking about footnotes if I can help it. Okay.
Boca, I fucking love you. Can I just can I say
really
that?
like this guy. I really like this guy.
Yeah. We're gonna keep it in the main body of the text if we can. Look, I've got several reasons. Okay, what actually constitutes warranted belief? Right, that's a question I ask myself all the time. Okay, I have nothing to prove, but here's what I have. I have reason to believe that God exists because one, I see moral order in the universe.
Mortar?
Moral order.
And pestle.
Where do you see moral order?
Yeah, well, I think that there's good reason to believe that there are objective moral values that exist within society that come up time and time again. We tend to constantly agree on things like murder is wrong, which I know it's loaded. You have something to say about it, Mezzo. I get it.
I think some people are actually murderers.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I can list some.
Okay. Oh,
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Okay. Yep.
O.J. Simpson.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He did it.
Yep.
He for sure did it. Yahweh.
Oh, there it is.
And I think that like the first one and the last one like love
massive
murders. Oh, they fucking love that.
Yeah.
Well,
my uncle.
I would disagree. I would disagree on a couple grounds. Okay.
Oh, you're not an OJ guy, are you?
No,
I'd hope not.
Not.
Have you read the book that the Bible, where the version that says "If I Did It" by Yahweh?
And then in small text, it says,
What a diabolical reference.
That's an old OJ book reference. Is crazy. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. Fair enough. My Bible, the RSV. I'm just kidding. Is
God damn it.
But look,
Open parenthesis.
It's a fine translation.
I did it.
I'm gonna lay it out. Okay. Look, when people hear that God commanded an act of quote unquote judgment, okay, and they say, "Oh my gosh, He took human life," let's just do away with the fact that there's going to be sort of a visceral response. Okay, people are going to say, "What? No, horrible," and that response more or less is good because obviously we all have moral sensibility. We shouldn't be taking innocent life. But that itself, I think, is not the same thing as saying that something is objectively wrong, right? So, what do I mean by that? It's a philosophical question. What is the ultimate standard of goodness? If moral truth is objective, either
you think there's something outside of God?
No, I do not. No.
So it's just it's subjective to Him. It's like what He.
That's one way to put it. This is the classic Euthyphro dilemma from Plato, right? He says, is there moral values outside of God that God can be judged by? Or does God arbitrarily say things are good and we're just supposed to go with it?
Yeah, which one do you think it is?
Well, actually, I take what I would believe to be a philosophically justifiable middle road, which says that God does not say something is good arbitrarily, that goodness emanates from His very character.
It's like it's His nature, kind of?
Yeah.
So then what His nature is like the standard, and we are supposed to, like we should try to live up to that, His natural standard?
Well, I would say that that's one way to say, yeah, we should live up to it, but that kind of is beside the point in this case, because what matters is an action God did, right? So...
Well, right. So I was going to do a different action because actually my best friend Joel runs a really interesting conversation about this regarding, this is the lead in, right, Joel? If goodness is defined by His nature, kind of.
Yeah, it's like the idea, Boca, and correct me if I'm wrong, but are you saying that God doesn't really decide arbitrarily what is right or wrong, but what is right and wrong our morality, our moral obligations and duties are grounded in who God is, like you said, his nature.
Yes.
Right. So like our moral obligations and duties should really match his character and what he does.
Okay, I see what you're getting at. And I would say that the answer to that question is yes, but we also need to understand that God is obviously ontologically different from us as created beings. Okay? So if that's the case, then that also means that God can create special circumstances in which he can do things that are different than what we can do. So there's not a...
Then it is arbitrarily decided by him.
No.
If it was like his nature, and we were supposed to like use that as the guideline, then we'd have the same rules. But if he's allowed to like say, yes, there's a nature and that's for you guys, but I can do different things, then like goodness becomes subjective. It like depends on who's doing it.
Yeah, maybe we can try like an example. So like if I were to do, I hate to put myself in this, but like if somebody does a sexual assault, that is wrong because it goes against God's arbitrary decision that sexual assaults are wrong, or God's nature, whereas God would never do a sexual assault. Which one do you think it is?
Say that one more time. I want to make sure I understand it.
So if somebody
and highlight the part where it's you doing it.
I don't want. Yeah, that was. I always. I did that
as soon as you did it, you were like, "Why am I doing this?
I was doing
Why am
all
I doing
sorts of horrible things on my live.
I've done that. I've done that so many times, Joel. I've done that so many times where like you're just trying to come up with like some scenario, and you're like, "Let's say I'm in my garage with a baby," and then you're like, "Why did I do that? This is going to be terrible."
I don't want to be the guy.
Yeah, that's why I use my uncle.
So a sexual assault.
That's not.
A sexual assault is wrong because it goes against God's nature in the sense that like God would never do a sexual assault, or is it wrong because God arbitrarily chose that sexual assaults are wrong?
I want to make sure I answer this correctly. I would say that sexual assault is wrong.
Great start.
Yeah, okay. I
Agreed.
And then he goes, sometimes. Fuck.
Depending on if they're Canaanite or not.
No, I would say that sexual assault is wrong because it is against God's nature. But again, that's kind of a weird example because there are no examples where God is committing sexual assault.
Yeah, Mary
himself.
was 14. So the thing is
And
that
he threatens the skirt thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
but also that depends on how you're defining sexual assault. Okay.
Let's just imagine that there's no case in which God is anywhere close to a sexual assault. Okay. Let's just imagine that for a moment, just so we don't muddy the waters here. So, the idea is that remember, we're trying to figure out why morality is objective, right? Mm-hmm. And your trick to get us there was that morality isn't subjective to God. It's actually built into his nature. So now, because you see that there's a problem coming, you are trying to fix that problem by changing it from his nature to sort of his nature and sort of not his nature. Do you realize you're doing that, Boca?
Well, no, I'm trying. I think what you are interpreting me as trying to sort of beat around the bush is really just me trying to be very careful with my words. And secondly, I would say that in this specific example, you're asking me a hypothetical question that, if I'm not careful, could commit me to things that I don't actually believe. And I know that you're saying, okay, well, that's kind of the whole point of a dialectic. That's the whole point of an argument, right?
Morality is objectively true. Why is sexual assaults wrong?
Well, I would say that sexual assault is wrong because, in fact, I'm going to use a lot of terms that are not sort of directly tied to maybe the Ten Commandments or something like that. Sexual assault is wrong because it is the intentional harming of another human being, essentially creating harm for another person when you could have done otherwise, right? Or I would even say that. I would just say it's doing wrong to another person, right? Which I think is a general moral wrong. We should not do bad things to people. But again, we're defining sexual assault as bad because it's forced and also because it creates actual suffering and harm.
What does this have to do with God?
It
sounds like you're trying to derive an objective morality outside of God.
Yeah, and that's cool. I mean, that's
like a
good,
logical
No, because again, we're talking again. The problem we're running into
No, I'm
here.
not being logical. Hold on, I'm not being logical.
I'm a Christian.
Hold on.
Yeah. hey, I appreciate the question, so I'll try to answer it. The problem we're running into is that when we're talking about God and saying, oh, okay, things are good or bad based off of God's nature, okay? Like, you can't, it's not always as simple as drawing a straight line between God's essential goodness and saying, like, should I take this ice cream from the small child? Well, context matters, and not just context in that sense, but also these things are it's easy for me to say, oh, that's a terrible thing to do, but to draw it all the way back to God's nature is going to take some time and development.
Yeah, but I think that is what deems it as subjective. Things that are objective are like 2 + 2 = 4. That's true of every time, in every context, in every place. Like, that's just like an objective fact, right? And when it's like, well, it depends what to do, that means it's like, it's going to depend on the subjects that are there, right? Like, it's going to depend on other things and like who's commanded what in the time. So it seems like you're saying it is subjective to me.
I wonder if I can try to like fix this a little bit. Can you think of one simple, objective moral that is grounded in God's nature for us?
Sure. I would say, what would be one? What would be a good example?
Stone people who...
Yeah, I mean, you could say, yeah, I mean, that, yeah, you shouldn't, yeah, you shouldn't.
As
yeah, that's another one as well.
By the way, you should keep in mind.
Yeah, I would say you
that,
probably,
like,
you shouldn't go and murder somebody on the street arbitrarily.
Okay, so like, and murder, I think, is like, some of those words are built into the idea of murder. Like, you shouldn't unjustifiably kill another human being.
Yeah.
Okay. And so if I were to do that, that would be going against God's nature specifically, and that is why it's wrong.
His nature for humans.
Yes, it is wrong because it goes against God's nature in the objective framework that He has essentially set the world.
Yeah, so He said it, so that makes it arbitrary.
He sets it, it's subjective. Yeah.
Yeah, that's arbitrary again.
He can't set it. It has to be naturally occurring in Him.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I would understand that. By saying set, I'm essentially saying emanating from Him and His character and His nature.
So it's emanating from His nature for us, but it's not emanating from His nature for Himself.
Well, again, this kind of goes back to the point I was trying to make earlier, which is that God has a different moral status, right? A different ontology than we do. Okay, so while
I see, this is a really difficult thing, because like, I don't see how my morality can be grounded in a being that has different morality type of thing. Like, I feel like it would have to be like the same. I can't get my head around.
Yeah, that's hard for me too. So Joel, you usually run the one of the like food one. So like, would you say, and this is a little like kinder than like graping people and stuff like that. And
well, the reason why I like, we haven't gotten there yet, and sorry, is because I was just trying to get him down on this idea that like our morals somehow have to be locked in with God's, because if that's not the case, then the whole thing is useless. He's already looking ahead.
Well, he's subjectivizing.
He knows the trap of how his God doesn't work very well for objective morality.
But then it doesn't make sense. That's the whole thing, is like there is a standard, and that's how we know good and evil. And that standard should apply universally. If it's objective, it applies universally. Otherwise, it's subjective, literally.
Yeah.
Well, again,
or even relative.
Well, if you could say something like it applies universally, you're almost assuming that, once again, that these morals are somehow outside of God, judging Him.
Even if it comes from Him, it should apply universally. If he's saying, because he's not saying, like, it's bad for you to murder. If it's emanating from Him, it means murder is bad.
Yeah, He wouldn't murder. We shouldn't murder because He wouldn't murder.
But
it's
then
like
he commands
locked
people
in
to
his
murder.
nature.
Yeah, I agree, but that again, this presupposes that God has murdered.
But no, even if he commands humans to murder, he's telling them to do something bad.
If
But let's
God
just
commands,
say,
I would argue that God doesn't command murder.
yeah, he's never commanded murder. So every time he commands killing, it's always justified. So,
Yes.
but
I mean, should we
that's
do our nightly reading? I feel
Well,
like this
hold
guy's
on.
familiar with the verse.
yeah. Give me 2 seconds. So that means that like we shouldn't murder because God wouldn't murder, and God never commands murder, even though it seems like he does. He doesn't. It's always justified. And so that's what you're saying, Boca? Have we got a commitment on that?
Yep. That basically, yes.
Because that's what makes sense to me is if morality is going to be grounded in him, it's going to be universally true. Like it's objectively true always in all universes at all time. And that's because it's grounded in his nature.
We still don't have access to it then because we'll never know if it's justified or not.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Right.
So even if there is an
revealed.
objectified truth, then we won't know. Yeah, but his revelation is confusing, and we can never be certain it's him and not something else. Like it could be the devil tricking us. Do you believe in the devil?
You don't need certainty. You need sufficient warrant. You need sufficient. Again, there are things that we believe almost as fundamental that we are not certain about in a world where there's a difference between phenomenon and observers, right? We understand that there's a gap there, but again, in the Christian worldview, there are actually mechanisms in place to essentially bridge that gap. Where I don't need
sorry
certainty.
to interrupt. Okay, I think what you really need is just the claim, so that you can try to use morality to get to God. That's really all you need as a Christian. Okay, so let's do another moral claim here. This is where we get into the meat of it, where we've already established that our morality is tied intrinsically to God's nature, and that's how we can know. That's why things are right or wrong. So, is it morally right for me to feed starving people when I can?
Is it morally right for you to feed starving people when you can?
Mm-hmm.
Are you asking, is okay, when you say right, do you mean it is an obligation or right as it is good?
Is it morally correct for me to feed the poor and to do unto the least of these?
I would say in many circumstances, yes. But
when it's possible.
But perhaps not in every circumstance, but in most circumstances, yes, I would say that.
Why would there be circumstances where I shouldn't feed the poor and the starving?
Not only that, what you're saying is there's a circumstance where like Joel does feed a starving person and it's bad.
That's stupid.
No, I'm not saying that.
It's always good every time he does it.
I see what you're saying.
If he can do it and he does it, it's a good thing.
Yes, the example, the reason I'm not saying that this is always universally
Actually,
true.
I think I said that. Should I feed the starving when I can? Like whenever I have the opportunity, if I can, shouldn't I be feeding starving people?
Yeah, as long as it's not. It's obviously there's lots of counterfactual. As long as it's not causing adverse harm. There's situations where something might seem good but has bad consequences that you are aware of. So yeah, I mean, in generally, yes, you should.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be fun to unpack all the harm that can be caused by feeding starving people.
Well, I mean, if you really sit here and think about something absurd, if it's like, hey, by the way, if you go feed this poor person, I am going to light this school on fire. Like, I could see how that could be like, maybe let's not. Like on the outskirts.
That happened to me last week.
Oh, did you feed them, Mezzo?
Oh, I shared my sandwich with them a little bit.
Oh, are the kids charged?
That's very kind.
Thank you. See,
Okay.
I would say it's a moral right.
So fuck my question, right? Who cares about my question?
Then I guess there isn't any circumstances. Yeah, I think
they appreciated it before the fire started. So, so Boca,
Sam, it has to be said. You were asking great questions to Cash. I'm so sorry he ignored you. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
It's an injustice.
But I guess it would only really matter that he was ignoring me if I thought he was sentient. But I don't think we have evidence for that. So it's fine. Don't worry,
Okay,
beloved.
fair enough.
Thank you.
Fuck, that's a great insult. That's a goddamn good insult. I love that.
So if I'm morally obligated to feed the poor whenever I can, it's one of my moral obligations or duties. Then can God feed the poor all the time, anytime he wants, like all the poor now, if he wanted to?
Are you essentially asking me if I'm morally obligated to feed the poor and do good if I'm able, why doesn't God do it?
Yeah.
That's like the question you're getting at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. No,
if my moral obligation is tied intrinsically to his nature, it would be in God's nature to feed the poor when he can, which is always. There would be no poor. And the fact that that doesn't happen shows, one, that morality may not be grounded in God's nature, or two, more likely he doesn't exist.
An interesting quandary here. Well, I would say there's a couple points I would make. The first one would be that, again, God, moral obligations, as you've laid them, they rely on things like I'm trying to think of a good way to say this, because again, I don't want to put myself in a box. So yes, God's role is he's creator, right? He's sustainer, he's the ultimate judge of the world, so on and so forth, right? Now, when we withhold food, when we're able, that's a failure in a lot of circumstances of loving our neighbor. But for God, we have to ask this question, which is whether or not he is being consistent with his good purposes, which I think for God's good purposes, he can justifiably allow temporary suffering, including not feeding the poor, for greater ends, right? And I think that is I don't want to squeeze God and myself together as if we're from the same vantage point. Again, as I said earlier, God is a fundamentally he's an ontologically different being. Okay. And so even though I do think these morals emanate from his nature, he has a completely different moral status. He has different authority. He also has different knowledge. And so because of that, he is able to make decisions that may not seem morally justifiable to us, but yet he has good reason to do so given his nature. Okay? And that doesn't violate any rule of logic to essentially assume that. So he delegates human authority. He says, be good to your neighbor, right? Which is pretty narrow. But for him, he has a whole lot of other information. He has a redemptive plan to play out. And also, he has a different purity of moral. I mean, he is obviously morally responsible because it emanates from him. So is that making sense? I want to make sure that I'm making sense. I'm not trying to box myself in, but I'm trying to speak clearly about this.
Well, I mean, personally, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, okay.
Is that a problem? I think Joel can handle the rest of this one. Okay. Sorry, I was reading the Discord. There's some people are coming up with names for me, Joel, and Sam mixed together for when we do live together. So I was just reading those.
Well, that's
really
precious and much more worthwhile. So don't worry about it.
Okay. I do have a query.
Is that what you guys were talking about? sorry.
Basically.
Go ahead,
Basically. Yeah.
Actually, wait, what was the question?
Do you understand?
The question. The question he asked me
Sam
was.
had a question.
No. I mean the question I was going to ask you.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sam, do you want me to go and
go ahead, Joel?
So, I'm trying to just remember what you were saying. So that still feels like there's a disconnect between what our moral obligations and duties are.
I remember it.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Or were you just bullshitting through that?
No. We may be able to get back to what I was going to say. Go ahead.
Okay. So the idea that God would allow for things such as not feeding the poor, even though he perfectly has the means to do so, because it could be leading to a greater good, makes very little sense to me. And the reason for that is God is all powerful. So literally any ends that he wants, he could make happen by doing basically nothing. All he'd have to do is think it. So nothing could possibly get in the way of any particular ends he wants because he is the means. So I don't think that really works out very well.
Well, I can understand that line of argument, because you're basically saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like to me you're saying, well, okay, maybe God has good reason for it, but I mean, we're talking about God here, okay? He's got like an unlimited bag of energy, okay? So like, what's stopping this dude from achieving his ends and also making sure everybody's getting fed? Is that kind of the heart of what you're asking?
Basically.
I love that. Like, yeah, that's literally what Sam said. But you're just like, hey, let me like young person this up a bit. Sam is the young person.
Yeah, you can't out young Sam.
Let's make this a little bit more youthful, you know?
Yeah, but let me try to make this a little bit more hip. So what you're saying is, God,
I got this. Let's say so God is just like, you know, grinding a
God's
skateboard.
gonna be in the pit.
Unbelievable.
I mean,
he's popping
I think the
wheelies,
point
like-
is though that like he's popping a wheelie on his skaterboard, and he's cruising down Groovy Town, and he's thinking to himself, hey, there's a hungry person. And what you're saying, I guess, is that the reason God wouldn't feed him is because there's
Even though it would be totally tubular if he did.
totally tubular. It'd be groove-tastic.
I think we're a couple decades behind, but yeah, go ahead.
It's cycled back around. These are the cool words again.
did.
Yeah, it's cycled back around. These are the cool words again.
Right.
So this bodacious starving dude is like, I'm so hungry, I really need a Samo-witch. And God doesn't feed him because there's some like greater reason that we can't see as humans that would make that bogus, right?
Can we petition to change the new language we use for unhoused to be bodacious starving dudes?
Bodacious starving dudes. But yeah, so
if that's the case, by the way,
he sees a
that is
BSD
not rad.
but Sam's point is that he could manifest a sandwich inside of that man's stomach, and then just like cruise by, say, eat my shorts, and no one knows, and like it'd be totally like he can find he's clever enough to find a way to do it without
getting in the way of his divine plan.
Yeah, he can fix this.
Well, I would argue, okay, fair enough. I'm tracking, I think. I would argue that would be to set. Of course, theoretically, sure, he could do that. He could put a sandwich in all of our hands as we speak, and that would be great at this moment because I didn't eat dinner. But the reality is that would be to separate God's power from His will, okay, and also the good ends He wants to achieve, okay. So just because God is all powerful,
part of His good ends means people starve to death.
It could, if better ends come of it.
That sucks.
But that's like wholly unnecessary, though.
The point of what Sam was saying was that like his ends don't need to include people starving because
they don't have
he can
requirements.
accomplish his ends without it. He has to be able to, unless he's not all powerful.
Well, I would argue that not necessarily. That doesn't necessarily.
He wants to
follow.
feed them. But he's like, oh, I really wish I could figure out a way to feed you, but it's against my divine ultimate plan.
My argument would be that God wants a lot of things, but certain things are more important in God's plan than others.
What's so important?
Right? And so really, but see, all y'all's, but what we're actually kind of reducing down to at this point is an emotional plea from your point of view. I'm saying none of this is logically inconsistent. But again, I understand the plea that says, well, why wouldn't God want to feed people? Well, I would think generally, based off of what I know about Him in His nature, He would want people to be fed, right? Because God loves His creation.
It is logically inconsistent. It's logically inconsistent that God gives us a moral standard that is tied to His nature, and the moral standard is feed the hungry, feed the starving, feed the poor. He says that in His word. He says, this is the moral thing that you are obligated to do. You're obligated to do this, like feed and visit the people in prison and all those things. If you do it to the least of these, you've done it unto me. And He says, overtly feed the poor. Okay? And so this is a moral obligation He's given us. These moral obligations have to be tied to His nature, or they're arbitrary. So we're right back to the beginning. If you don't want them to be arbitrary, then you have to say that He is obligated as well.
No,
and I get that
you don't have to say that.
I don't understand how He's not, because if it's not in His nature to feed the hungry, Boca, then we are not
then our morality isn't tied to his nature. It's just that simple.
Thank you for calling me by my government name. I appreciate it. I
added a new sunglasses live goal. You can send them to me or anybody, but I think the sunglasses will help with this cool conversation.
Yeah, let's set Mezzo out, okay? I'm sorry I'm not, eccentric enough. But okay, listen, here's the deal.
You're doing a fabulous job.
No, I still think you're really charming. You just sound brainwashed, to be honest.
Okay, well, fine.
That's all.
All right.
I was too. I get it. Yeah.
I get it. Well, look,
morality doesn't have to be grounded in God's nature. That's the only problem you're dealing with right now. You can just say it's arbitrary.
No, I can't say it's arbitrary.
All right, because then it's not objective. Damn it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Man, you're stuck.
Yeah, no, I'm not stuck. I'm actually I'm swimming in cool waters. Okay, and what did Cash say earlier? I thought he said the fruit of the. Does anybody remember?
We don't talk about Cash.
Okay, I'm sorry. He used a phrase I think is the best phrase I've ever heard. And it was like the fruit of the matter or something like that.
He did say the fruit of the matter. I was like, is that an underwear I don't know about?
Yeah, it was incredible. It was a diamond in the rough, let me tell you. But anyway, at the heart of this is this idea of, okay, well, objective moral values have to be objective. And secondly, again, the mistake you're making, this is my core argument, the mistake you're making is that you're assuming that because morality emanates from God's nature, that means that he has to do exactly the same things in exactly the same ways we do. And I would say, no, that's not. He can do that and not violate his own nature.
This is where I'm having the confusion, right? When we talked about murder, if I do a murder, it's wrong because it's not in God's nature to do a murder. And then we agreed, for the sake of the argument, that God never would do a murder. So that was the how this objective morality system works. That was what we were laying out. So now I'm obligated to feed the poor. I'm obligated to feed the poor because it is in God's nature to feed the poor. That is the math on that. If it's not in God's nature to feed the poor, because he doesn't, then why am I obligated to feed the poor?
Because Joel doesn't know if it's a good time to feed the poor or not. If you're saying sometimes for God there's a justified reason to do it and sometimes there's a justified reason to not feed them, Joel doesn't know, which means he shouldn't do it. Just like with murder, we just should not do it to be safe because we don't know when it's good or bad. He might be feeding a young baby Hitler.
You're touching on a great point, which is
we should never feed the poor and let God do it.
Well, that great point is our point.
You're touching on, well, what I'm saying is that you're touching on a point that's very important. The philosophical term would be
we make good points. That's like
okay, I get it. Yeah, fair enough. You do, right? That's why you guys have the live and I don't. Is that God has different epistemic knowledge limits than we do. Okay, he's omniscient. We are not. God can judge outcomes without error. Okay, right, based off his very nature. All right, and so that makes our ignorance of certain actions make certain things morally unsafe for us that they don't for him, right? So you might sit here and say, well, God's not feeding that guy. Why is he holding himself to a different standard than me? I would say no. God has bigger and higher obligations. He knows more than we do. And so the thing he's telling us to do still emanates from his nature. Here's a good example.
Wait, I'm sorry. That didn't answer the question at all.
How did it not? Explain.
How do we know when Joel is supposed to feed poor people or not?
How do we know when Joel's supposed to feed poor people or not?
I mean, it seems counterintuitive that God would give us this blank, carte blanche, sort of always feed the poor.
As a poor people, I'd really love to be fed, by the way. I just want to make that clear.
Which I understand. And also, God does not, there's no rule, there's no commandment that says always feed the poor, okay?
It just says feed the poor, just this vague sort of hey guys, feed the poor. Listen, by the way, Boca, this is a fun little tidbit for when I was coming up with this concept. It's really hard to find positive commands by God to do good things. It's really, by Jesus, it's really, really hard. The Bible
don't do bad things.
It's a lot of don't do bad things, and it's not very clear. The sexual
Wouldn't that have been
one,
great? If the commandments came down and said, "Hey, it's me, God. Don't do bad things."
I used to when I originally ran this, I ran it with don't do a sexual assault. But the first Christian I talked to was like, "Where's that?" And I was like, good point.
It doesn't
It's
say
just
that.
not in there. So it's
Ew.
like really hard to find moral standards worth anything out of that
Okay.
fucking piece of shit Bible. But
Senor Poo
but
Poo,
one of the
thank you for
things
the
that he
$5
does
on
say,
Venmo for helping a poor out. Sorry, I just needed to get that out
So
there.
what were they supposed to do that? We'll never know.
one of the
Well-
things he does say is feed the poor. Okay, That is one thing that Jesus does say, and help the starving, or help the widow, and help the orphan. Right.
Yep.
So one of the few good things Jesus says, you're pushing back against, but that's fine. As a Christian,
No,
you have to do that in
I'm
order to
not
get your
pushing back
objective
against
mark.
that. I'm trying to
Okay.
make sure that we're being consistent here in saying that just because God or Jesus says feed the poor, right? And even though God may want that, God is free and able. Logically, this makes sense. God is free and able to withhold doing those things
Yeah.
for His ends, and He's able to do that.
It's because he doesn't actually want them fed. He wants to watch us do work for each other. He wants to just be an observer. He doesn't care if they actually eat or not. If he wanted them fed, he would do it.
I would say that there are things more important to God than everyone being fed.
Could you guess that one?
Yeah, but
Could you
whatever
get
that
one?
is, he could do in addition to feeding them. It's not like he's like, I'm too busy doing
Mezzo,
this other thing.
He's saying that if people were to be fed, it would gum up God's plans. There's a necessity.
My hands are tied here.
3 million people dying of starvation.
My hands are tied. I can't figure out a way to feed these people
and
without
do
achieving my
thing.
ultimate supreme plan.
So
This issue is exactly what I was trying to bring up earlier. That makes no sense. God could literally turn the earth into a rainbow and do nothing beforehand. I don't see why feeding the poor is getting in the way of his plan.
What are the 3 million people dying? Wait, just guess. What is the necessity for an all-powerful being that 3 million people die of starvation every year?
I mean, all I can do is guess.
Yeah, do
try
like
to make it.
your wildest guess, because I feel like
Because it's objective morality. We should be able to pinpoint it.
No, that's not true. That just because I believe in objective morality does not mean
it's
that
just
all
a claim, Mezzo.
We have no idea what the
aspects
objective
of
morals are
objective
right now.
morality
practical about
are
it.
accessible to me. Okay, all right. So, what is the quote unquote good purpose of 3 million people dying of starvation? Okay,
Every year, yeah.
yeah. Okay, every year. All right. I would say that there is, in the grand scheme of humanity and God's redemptive plan. Okay, God has.
Go ahead. I just know this is going to.
Come
Go ahead.
on, man. Let me finish. Okay, is God has deemed a world in which He has to allow horrible things to happen in order for God to achieve greater ends. One end might be, okay, which is a world in which, where evil exists, people are able to freely choose Him, not out of coercion, right? You say, a lot of people ask this question, like, why doesn't God just sign His name in this clouds and say, hey, I'm God, I'm here, why don't you believe in me? Okay.
I get it.
But so what I'm saying is God's upholding of his need
Just
for
say
free will. Okay,
No,
fine.
it's not free will. It's worse. It's free will to love God.
Oh, but no, it's even worse than that. It's I'm intentionally letting the world starve in order for, like, I'm adding harm. I'm adding this so that it can force the choice. This is crazy.
Oh, it's so Boca. I always say it in this kind of crass way, but I say the reason why, what you're kind of saying is the reason why Rhea corrected me. 9 to 10 million people die of starvation every year. I was going off of outdated data, but the reason why like 10 million people die of starvation every year is so God knows who actually wants to suck His cock, and not who's sucking his cock because they have to, because he needs to give them that free will. So He's that much of a piece of garbage narcissist that He lets people die of starvation, like in the millions every year. Is that really your position?
Well, in the way you
Your
frame
God
it,
of love?
it's hard to even respond to something that crass, because it's like, that's so caked in emotional language, and the question is
But
not.
that's what it is. It's God wanting us to freely love him so he knows who actually loves him and who doesn't actually love him. Who he wants to give the agency of free love for him. That's selfish. That's
And not only that,
monstrous.
but he makes the most, he tells us the rule, the number one most important commandment is to love. How is he going to say that it's freely chosen when he commands it?
With threats and coercion.
Say that. No, say that one more time, Mezzo. I want to make sure I understand.
What's the most important commandment? Love the Lord your God.
Yep.
His main, most important commandment is, I command you to love me. And then he waits to see if we freely do it.
And he says, be aware of hell. And by the way, you get heaven, just so you know, it's going to be super free.
Yeah, or in the Old Testament, actually, and in the New Testament, if you don't, I'm going to fuck you up. Like, we've seen everyone get fucked up in the past. We're seeing people get fucked up right now because I'm still letting them starve. This is what will happen if you don't. Like, this is like, in no way can you remotely resemble this to some sort of a free choice of love.
Oh, well, I would well, number one is you're saying, oh, this is horrific, it's terrible, it's selfish. Well, number one, again, all of this whole argument relies on you guys anthropomorphizing God as if he's some sort of like, angry man tyrant who lives down the way. Again, we're talking philosophically here about who God must be. And again, if he's a quote unquote morally perfect person, okay, it's actually not wrong for God to be self-seeking, okay, because for God to be self-seeking is to do what is within his natural right.
It's not self-seeking, it's forcing us to seek. If I right now was like, Boca, I command you to give me a galaxy, like a galaxy gift here on TikTok, and then I just waited to see if you did it, you could say later, yeah, I did it of my free choice, but it's going to be pretty obvious that you did it because I said to, right? Especially if I was like, give me a galaxy or I'll drop you.
Yeah.
You're going to say that you now have the free choice to give it. You're right, you do, but it's not like free. There's consequences.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I understand there's consequences to that. Are you trying to make the argument that
if he wanted to give us a free choice, he would never have shown up.
And how is that so?
He just would have never shown up, or he would always be visible constantly.
Yeah, you know what I think it would be, Mezzo, is he'd come to each person individually the exact same way as I've talked about before, but he wouldn't mention heaven or hell. There'd be no coercive nature to it. He would just be like, hey,
no rewards.
I'm God. I made this stuff. I hope you like it.
What do you think?
Let me know if you want to hang out sometime, or
he would just drop a little note in each of our back pockets that said, "Do you like me?" Circle 1, yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be it.
No coercion. And he would be feeding the hungry because he loves us.
Yeah. Now, Boca, we've been talking for quite a long time. I did find you delightful, and I do want you to get to say a last word here, but I also want to just, out of respect for the other people, move on to some other guests. And I would encourage you to come back, because I would like to talk to you about 1,200 more things. Because, look, if it's the case, just to, as Joel says, put a butt in this, I would say, is that how you say it?
Yeah, put a button in this.
Put a button in this.
Put a button up on this, yeah.
Up on in this, okay.
Put a button all up on it.
Yeah, under your buttons and so forth. So
Put the buttons under your butt.
What I would say is, if you're right, there's a God and his nature grounds what we are supposed to do morally. We still just don't know. We saw that with murder, because he says not to, and then sometimes he says to. And he has some knowledge of how it's justified, but we don't have access to that knowledge, so we don't really know if we're supposed to ever or not. Maybe everyone who walks by us, we're justified in chopping in half. We just don't know, right? And also, he would probably agree with that, because he thinks everyone is sinful, and sin makes you worthy of death. So that would kind of justify basically chopping everyone in half. So that's kind of weird, but also we just really don't know for sure. Right, because babies probably haven't sinned. I don't know what your view is on that, but then he does command people to kill babies, so it's confusing. should we feed people or not? It seems like Jesus says to, but then he doesn't. So it's kind of unclear. Like we just don't really have access to whatever that objective morality is. So what we're stuck doing is what we've been doing. What we've been doing here on Earth since like the dawn of humanity, and probably earlier, where we kind of like are figuring it out and saying like, well, what kind of a society do we want to have? Let's try to make it like that. What can we do to make it like that? And maybe we'll never get to like some Atlantean utopia, but like we can do our best to make people get hurt less, and we'll try to set some laws around that, or some even just like cultural suggestions, like don't blow in your microphone, or like whatever, like little things like that. And then we have subjective morality, and that's what's working for us, and that's what we're doing anyway. So if there is some objective morality in addition to that subjective morality that we are using, neat. We can't access it. It offers us nothing. So that part of God that you originally came in to say, like the reason that we see it is because there's some objective morality, offers us nothing. So next time when you come up, I'd like to talk about something else with you, okay?
Fair enough. I appreciate the time. I'll just end with a couple sentences, if you'll let me.
Sure.
And just say that I understand your point, but I would argue we do have access to it, because this is part of the reason why Christians have historically been a people who have and believe in Holy Scriptures, because we believe that God's moral order has been revealed in the Word. I know that opens up a can of worms. I'm not asking to open that up now. Maybe we can talk about it in the future. But the reality is that we do have access to God's moral order. We can understand it because it's been revealed to us. And ultimately, even though this idea of subjective moral worth is working for us, I would go back and argue that there have been times where Christian influence has worked remarkably well. I recommend a book to you called Dominion by Holland. Highly recommend it. He talks about how Christian ethics have led to tremendous good. And I'm not arguing that they haven't also led to terrible things, but it would be hard to find an argument historically where the good not outweighs the bad. Okay, that's my final point. Thank you for the time.
Yeah, Boca, let me just ask you one quick question before you go to, just because if it is in the Bible, if God told you to, and you were certain it was him talking somehow, and he said, Boca dude, it's me, your man, Jay-Z, and you were sure it was him, not Jay-Z, that's he does rap, JC, and he was like, I need you to go to Mezzo's house and cut his children in half. Trust me, they deserve it. Would you do that?
Yeah, I've heard you talk about this. You have a nice big long compilation of people doing this.
That's specifically the Amalekites, but I'm just curious because you're saying we get it from the revelation. So if that was revealed to you, would you do that, or would you just be like, God send me to hell, I'm not doing it?
You know what I would say? I would say that if God does not command Christians to kill, any such command is contrary to Scripture as it's been revealed to us now. So if he did that, he would be contradicting himself. So no, I would not do it. Okay? But if I was an Israelite and he said, go and do this, and I have good reasons for it, and I didn't have the New Testament and obviously contradicting rules, in the same ways, I would feel obligated to do it. But as of right now, no, I wouldn't do that. Because
so if you and I lived, because my ancestors are the Amalekites, I did a 23andMe. So if you and I lived in ancient, 4,000 years ago, and God said, hey, Boca dude, which is a historically Israeli Hebrew name, I think, said, hey, this Amalekite guy over here, Mezzo, with his 2 kids, go chop them in half. You'd be like, saddle up. Let's do this.
I would not say saddle up, but if the morally, that would not be in my language.
You say it in Hebrew, yeah.
If a morally perfect God commanded me to do something, what good reason would I have for not obeying that command? Especially if I know, by the way, that despite your colorful language, go chop those kids in half, I also know that in God's ontology, killing can be, in ways, a mercy. I'm not saying always. I'm just saying it logically could.
I would like to just take this moment to take back every nice thing I said about you. That was disgusting. And I still want you to come back, and I think we can unpack that some more. But that was like,
Oh wait, what did I
just
miss?
so gross. He said he would chop a kid in half.
He wants to slice kids up.
If it was old times.
I don't want to.
No, he doesn't want to, but if God told him to.
You could have stopped at the Christian part, and we would have all said goodbye. You didn't have to be like, but if I was a Hebrew, I'd love to do it.
And here, my point is you would have too, if you were in their position. You can say you won't, but you're
right
appealing
now
to an
it
emotion.
feels like I wouldn't
you're being
have.
silly.
If it was my mind right now, I would say no.
Yeah, well, and that's why it's kind of a silly question to begin with, is because, with your mind right now and with mine right now, even as a Christian, of course, I wouldn't do it. But the reality is that that's a silly counterfactual. That's reading back into
If it was your mind right now and you were an Amalekite and you saw the Hebrews coming, would you just like push your kid out and be like, it's happening? Or would you fight against God's order?
No, of course I would fight against, because again, this is why there's a whole problem with this argument, is that you're basically, what you're trying to do is you're trying to like transport modern consciousness into an ancient human being. Yeah. What I'm saying is that you were in their,
well, they didn't know back then it was so shitty. Of course, now we know that was bad and that no one should have ever done that. And now we can look back and say that was shitty and no one should have ever commanded that. It's weird that people look back and go, in order to protect the cult I'm in, I have to say that was the good thing to do. God did a bad thing in the book. The character of God did a bad thing when he sentenced the Amalekite children to death and the adults.
No, he didn't. And again, my point is that if you were in their mind,
suck and I'm done talking to you, so that's enough for me. All right, well, go ahead and step on down, and we'll come back another time. All right.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
Thank you.
Boca, follow me and come up on my live. I want to explore the moral argument more, where Mezzo doesn't want to do that. But anyway, drop down also. Don't wait. Just drop down. I'll drop him. But definitely follow me and come up on my live. We'll explore the moral argument a little bit more.
Smart guy. I think that he that
was a wild commitment.
It's always weird, and like I almost didn't want to ask him that because I liked him. And I knew that he was going to have to say like, yeah, you have to in that context or something. You don't. I think you're allowed to be like, that was a bad command by God. Maybe the book got it wrong. Like there's a lot of other ways out of it than I guess I'd get my sword.
Yeah.
You know,
it's weird. It's weird things that Christians have to commit to.
It's a trap question that has so many easy outs. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But Is this an annoying person?
No, passenger. Where are you planning a trip to?
He's fantastic.
He was buying some plane tickets and coming on my live earlier, but he didn't realize he was on there. Did you realize? Do you know about that, passenger?
Yeah, 5,600 is like crazy work. By the way, I hope you didn't buy those tickets.
I mean, I have to because obviously traveling back to Africa, and that's probably the cheapest I can get for like two people.
You know what? For Africa, I get it.
Which airline did you get? Southwest?
Well, it's a combination. First, I'm gonna have to take United, and then take Ethiopian Airlines, and then that's primarily Ethiopian Airlines.
Okay. As long as it's not Spirit.
Oh no way! I can't do that to myself.
Yeah, we were on the Swedish Spirit. Well, I was, but we don't need to get into that. I feel like you've maybe been here before. Or do I just remember you from buying plane tickets in Joel's live? I'm not sure. What's your age and religion?
I'm 31 and Christian.
Okay, so you believe in like that Jesus is God?
Yes.
Sorry to say this, but that's incorrect. Next question.
Okay, well, I can prove that. We know that Jesus is God because of the belief in the Trinity through the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit presents the Spirit of Jesus and the Spirit of the Father.
It's true because you believe it? Is that what we said?
Well, like the thing about this, like the supernatural. You believe in supernatural, right?
False.
Why don't you believe in supernatural?
I don't even believe in the Super Mario Brothers. I think that like I believe in natural things, but once it becomes super, I'm like, I don't think that's real.
Yeah, I just believe in the natural.
Okay, so the meaning of supernatural.
What if you say supra? Does that mean less? That's still over?
I mean, it has to be Toyota brand if you're going to say supra. So the supernatural has to be Toyota brand natural.
Soda brand?
Toyota brand.
I believe in. I don't
Oh,
actually.
that's
I don't
funny.
know if I believe in the Matrix natural. I have
Well,
a Matrix, but
like the definition of
What the
supernatural
fuck are
is
these
like
people talking about right
it means.
they're cars, Sam. They're cars.
now? Oh, I
Beyond
don't drive.
outside.
I also
So
don't go outside.
Anyway, I want to get a Rav for natural.
So like supernatural means
subnatural. That's the other thing. Sub would be like the opposite of super. I don't even think I believe in the subnatural.
Or a dom natural, am I right?
Well, I mean, if someone showed it to you, would you believe?
An all natural dom.
No,
Or a dom with big, I should have said
right
a dom with big
dom with
naturals.
all naturals.
I'm
It
still
was-
here.
I know it would have been funny if I said it right.
I don't know if
fucked
you're
it up.
dumb.
My gosh.
Okay.
But he's pretty sure about the naturals. The past. Why do you believe in ghosts?
Well, I mean, because okay, like for example, do you believe in a space, right? Because have you ever been to space?
I'm in space. We're in space.
We can
I mean,
look
like,
up at space.
outer
Like
space,
spatial
outer space.
dimensions. Oh, outer space.
No, outer space. Yeah.
How far?
I mean, have you been outer space in general?
Like above the what is it?
I guess above
Cartman
stratosphere.
line? How do you say that thing again?
Is it the toposphere or stratosphere? Whichever the highest sphere is.
It's the mesosphere.
Oh,
The firmament. Okay.
Actually,
Okay,
no.
above the
I think
firmament.
there's higher than that. Meso's the middle sphere. No, I haven't been to space, but I'm open minded. Are you buying tickets? Oh fuck! You just spent all that money. Never mind.
I know. So, but even though you haven't been to space, you believe, and I guess all the discoveries that they made about space, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, we can take pictures of space. I have done that. I've taken pictures of space.
But you haven't been there physically to verify them all, right?
Right, but I think that pictures are really good evidence of things.
I mean, Christians can have pictures about Christ, and I mean,
Sure, let's see a
y'all
picture
believe
of
that?
Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can probably post it here. It's online everywhere, so.
All right, let's look up what's the best picture.
Yeah, just look at any
of
picture, really.
Jesus. Let's see.
Yeah.
You know what? These are all paintings. I was thinking
Yeah.
more of like a photograph. Do you have those?
Well, I mean, those were invented back then, so I mean, it's really hard to. No, if they were,
that's a
that would be
bummer.
so fantastic.
I think that's the thing. If there were only paintings of space and no photographs, I would be pretty suspicious.
I mean, even if there were photographs of space, how would you know they're not doctored?
Because I've taken them.
Have you been to outer space?
No, but you can take pictures of space from here.
Yeah, but
I've
if you haven't
taken
been to
pictures of the Andromeda Galaxy.
If you haven't been to outer space, then you can't confirm it. You can just take pictures from a distance, but you can't confirm it, right?
Do you not believe in space?
No, I believe in space, but the same logic of
Do you
having
believe in
faith of what
photos?
space.
You don't believe that photos are real.
Same as paintings, right? I believe the paintings are true.
Wait, passenger. When Mezzo says that you can take a picture of space from Earth, and you're saying, well, you don't know for sure though, are you implying that the telescope is lying?
No, I'm implying that you're getting it from I guess, not first-person perspective, the same way us Christians we're getting information from, like, I guess, writers and all that stuff.
Well, no, but
I'll point out too, I'm friends with people who have
taken.
taken pictures on Mars.
Well, but how so they've traveled to Mars?
No, you just send a robot.
Well, I mean, like I said, you can just.
You don't believe in robots?
No, I believe, but obviously you can alter pictures.
I know the people who are taking the pictures. They didn't alter it. You know what?
But
The
how do you
truth
know they
is,
haven't altered it?
because if they were going to alter that picture, you know who they would ask to do it?
Who?
Me. I'm their Photoshop guy.
Yeah, but then like they can still take pictures and just give it to you and still be altered anyways.
Right.
Like you
So
said.
you're saying that because I'm familiar with someone who has helped build rovers that have taken pictures on another planet, that you have like some sort of equal evidence of Jesus because some people painted him? Are you fucking nuts? What, like you're comparing those equally?
Yeah, because like for example,
say that one more time. You're comparing paintings and photographs equally?
Like for example, the same way you.
I'm
ask for
blown away
physical
that
evidence.
you are like even remotely suggesting that. You got to say yes.
Say no.
Say no to that.
No, I'm saying it's the same healthy skepticism of that. That's the same healthy skepticism you have Christianity as well. Same thing we have is all third party. No one's, like you said, no one's physically been there to prove Christ. So when no one's physically been there to prove Christ, we can use third party
Passenger, Mezzo has taken something with all sorts of glass involved and pointed
he hasn't been
at
there
the
physically.
night sky. He's taken pictures of the.
I know, but he hasn't been there physically.
Do you think that that's what you need for evidence to be there physically?
Same thing for Christianity, right? You want us to give like specific evidence to
No,
prove?
absolutely not. You could just give a logical argument.
Then the Bible should be sufficient.
You could give
sufficient then, right?
archaeological evidence. The Bible's
No,
written
the
down.
proof of the Bible is what you would be giving to us, but you can do that via a syllogism. You don't have to like give us physical evidence for that.
Well, physical
Well, I mean,
evidence
but
would be great,
technically-
sure.
That
But
would be
Pass,
cool,
think
too.
about what I'm saying. If it being written down is good enough evidence, that makes a lot of bullshit true, right?
Yeah, same. Yeah, I
So
agree, yeah.
that means Harry Potter's true.
Yeah, you make argument for Harry Potter as well.
Is that what you want to do?
No, but what I was trying to say is
You'd
like
probably
this.
make a better argument for that than for Jesus. There's like less
probably
magic,
more
No, like for
consistent.
example, like
more consistent story, yeah, more believable.
like for example, to go to space, you require a spacecraft,
Still
right?
a little bit of like trans hate, but probably fairly equal compared to the Bible. Right?
That's in the footnotes, though. The Bible,
fucking footnotes.
the Bible is
Yeah.
bad right in the text.
Yeah. So, like for example, you need a spacecraft to enter space, right? To even explore it, right? It's the same way that God was in supernatural, and you need a
Right,
supernatural
but here's the thing:
vehicle
we can't
to
make
experience
a time machine to go see Jesus. We can make spacecraft that go to space.
that. You can see Jesus through the Holy Spirit, and like I said, the
Okay,
same way you
let's
have to
do
believe-
that then. Great,
Yeah,
let's
so-
do that one. Let's see that one. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
so that's the best proof. Like for example, how
What does
to,
the Holy Spirit look like?
Oh, so it's a spirit. It's a spirit of God. It's a spirit of God. So you can hear
No, but
His
what does
voice
it
and
look
feel His
like?
presence. So it's like obviously an immaterial spirit. Like I said, the Holy Spirit itself is not like it is a being, but it's not physical. It's spiritual. So I can't
We
describe
might
it
actually
physically.
need to draw this out because this is kind of a little bit confusing.
I mean, yeah, the Holy Spirit is a spirit. Yeah,
I have this.
yeah.
Yay!
So you're saying that it looks like this?
Oh
Did I
yeah,
nail
you
it?
can't. You can't see the Holy Spirit, but you can hear Him and talk
Pretty
to Him
good.
and feel Him. Yeah, that's how it is. That's the supernatural. The
This
supernatural.
is the best drawing I've ever done. If I'm to be honest with you, this
fantastic.
is like look. And by the way, this includes God.
Oh yeah,
You notice,
I mean,
you
'cause-
notice there's
yeah.
nothing there.
Yeah, because it's spiritual. You can't see with your physical eyes. Remember, the supernatural is some force beyond scientific understanding or
This
laws of
seems like
nature.
evidence for our point more that God doesn't exist because look, there's nothing. It's nothing there.
But like just because you can't see Him doesn't mean He doesn't exist.
Well,
So
most
remember,
God
yes,
is whiteboards, but then like that's a misnomer. I feel
I mean,
'Cause, like, I
God's
believe whiteboards
omnipresent,
exist.
so He's everywhere. He's everywhere. He's just like, so you just gotta.
Is
You
my
need a
leg
vehicle.
showing? Are we going to get in trouble for that? It's a little bit high.
Yeah. So I was saying the same way you need a spaceship to enter
Fan
space, the
service,
same
am
way
I
you need the
right?
Holy Spirit to get to experience God. So you have to believe in the Holy Spirit and experience the Holy Spirit to get to experience God.
Sure. So
The
what?
same way you need a spaceship to
So
go
what are
into
we
space.
looking for with the Holy Spirit?
So I mean, you just gotta ask God you have to have faith and believe in your heart and ask the Lord to impart upon you your spirits, and then you just sit there and meditate to wait for the Spirit's presence to come to you.
So I have to
And then
actually
afterwards-
believe it first.
I mean, you have to believe in space, right, to get a spaceship to go up there, right? No one that doesn't believe in space can't want to get a spaceship to go.
No one else is talking about space anymore. Can you
No,
try
I'm
to
giving the
like?
same- I'm saying the
but
same
can you try to
analogy.
keep up with the conversation? I want to
Same
learn.
analogy, right? Same
No.
analogy, right?
Nope. I want to learn how to actually see the Holy Spirit. Okay. We know about space. Everyone agrees space is real. The evidence is outstanding. Now with the
It's Holy
Holy
Spirit.
Spirit, only you have to first, instead of building a spacecraft, you have to build a belief.
Oh, yeah, because the same way you need space, you have to enter space. The same way you need the Holy Spirit to experience God, right? I mean,
So
you
you,
can't
the
experience
first thing, like, so just to be clear, the first thing before you like can like truly like see or understand or hear God or the Holy Spirit in any ways, you have to like make believe. Sorry, I just have to adjust the adjust my shirt there. You have to make yourself believe it. You have to like make believe it.
No, you can test it out for yourself. Like I said, is you like how can you know God without God Himself? I mean, it doesn't make sense. The Holy Spirit is God, and it helps you to get to experience God. So any other way, it wouldn't work, right? So are you expecting to know the Holy Spirit by, doing a
Sam,
backflip?
can you just talk to this guy? He's boring me.
But then why do I have to suffer?
Because you don't believe in
It's not
space.
too long.
I love this
Oh,
like
damn.
loyalty.
Well, I guess I don't believe in space now.
Sam, please talk to this man. He bores me.
This one bores me.
I made a good point. So
I
I'm
crave
happy about that.
stimulation, and this man is not providing it to me.
I know. I'm not trying to philosophize. I'm just giving straight facts.
I'm going to eat a
We know.
crumpet. This one bores me.
Just as.
I'm sorry, I can't do
Dance for
philosophy.
me.
Pastor,
You can do
that makes no
philosophy.
sense.
Where's the next one?
So your evidence is we believe in space pictures, therefore God is real, but you have to believe first. You have to make believe it in order to think it's true. That all sucks for obvious reasons. If you want, we can break it down for you. But I think we might just like move on to a like better guest probably.
I mean, so my points weren't that good, or they're just
correct.
Well, why not?
That's the first thing I agree with.
I guess. Well, why not? Why weren't they good?
Because you're comparing paintings to photographs. You think all types of evidence are equal. There are some types of evidence that are stronger. If you're in court, right? Like if you go to court and you're on trial for murder, which is a old-fashioned way of saying murder, moida, right?
Moida.
Moida. And the prosecutors, like, we have this evidence. We have the knife that's covered in his fingerprints, and we have this picture of him holding the knife where he's written a note here in his handwriting that says, I'm going to murder that person. And we also have a painting down here of someone painted of it. Like, they're going to be like, we don't care about that fucking painting. That thing has his fingerprints. We're going to use that. That's the evidence. Why would we bring this painting in? This is lesser form of evidence that's not very convincing.
Yeah, but that doesn't relate to the spirit, the supernatural. Like I said, the supernatural is something you can't see. Everything's talking about physical,
right? So that's what I'm saying. That's why all this evidence stuff that you brought up about pictures and shit is dumb, because it doesn't relate to this invisible thing you're talking about that we can't actually detect in any way.
No, it relates to it because you have to have faith that what you're seeing or what's given to you
No,
from
we
third
have
party is
evidence.
true.
We have
You
evidence.
have evidence of given to you from authority, right?
The pictures are evidence.
Right. Well, did you see it there? Did you see it go to? What if the
Yes.
robot went to a desert?
I'm sorry,
and
beloved.
landed
Have you never looked in a telescope before? Is that the problem?
No, I'm not saying look in a telescope. I'm saying,
You're talking to the wrong guy, because I've been in the JPL's clean rooms. I've seen the robots firsthand that they're building, and then I watched them launch, and then I watched them take pictures, and I know the people who take the pictures, and then you can watch it with a telescope. You can see this shit happen. You're talking to the wrong person. There are some people who have to go, yeah, I'm going to take the authorities' word for this because the pictures come down and everyone seems to check them. We check them. They're real. Okay. This argument you brought to the wrong person. It's not your fault. I know it's rare that people are like in this position where they get to do all this, but like, I'm a little bit lucky. That's come up for me a few times. Okay. So I'm not the right person to talk to. It'd be like, going to a lawyer and being like, have you ever been in a courtroom though? I don't know why I went back to the courtroom, but like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, actually I do know that this is real. Yeah.
But like, for example, I guess when they say like just certain services on Mars has certain conditions, how can they prove that? Like,
with evidence.
But like how? For example, Mars is like light years from us. How can we send equipment? Yeah, I'm just honest.
Light years?
Yes.
Joel, you're not a science guy, but I feel like you could like fucking school this dude on science, because but only because he's like no disrespect, like a dumb fuck.
I have no idea where Mars is.
All right, that's fair.
Okay, well, I guess I'm not the only one then.
Pass. I want you to say the order of the planets starting at the sun.
Mercury. Actually, quite frankly, that was all I do. I try my best. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Earth, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Pluto, some of that. I probably missed the last four orders.
You literally missed your anus and you switched Mars and Earth, which is kind of funny, but not too bad. Also, most people don't mention Ceres, but you should mention Ceres, okay? If you're going to put in Pluto, put in Ceres, but that's my opinion. Pass, we're going to move on to someone who's just a little bit more like, what did you say, Sam? Sentient? Whoa.
But how far away is Mars?
Oh my gosh. Like 140 something miles away.
Yeah, it's within. I mean, it's a day's drive.
Also, Eris, thank you for the $15 on Cash App for saying that Mezzo's performance on Friday was stellar. I completely agree. It was
They
excellent.
paid you for me doing good?
They paid me for you doing good, yes. They said they didn't want to annoy you.
They paid you for me to play that song.
Yes, they did.
So you got
And I
money
used
for
that
the
money to buy my
request
little
and
sister
you're
some
getting
school
money for the
supplies, yes.
compliments?
Yeah,
I'm
and I
gonna
appreciate
ruin
that.
the next 7 songs I play. You guys are ridiculous.
Maxon actually.
Everyone pay me so Mezzo can play some
Joel
music.
went offline. I want to say though, just before I look it up, because I am going to, of course, because you know I'm a dork. I'm gonna guess.
Thank you, Logic.
100 million miles.
Okay.
100 million miles to Mars?
Yeah, I actually have no idea, but I'm gonna guess.
I'm pretty sure it's just 30 seconds.
I like that guess.
Yeah. It depends on the
Right.
speed of the rocket.
Now I'm thinking it's 200. Oh, 200 million. I was about to lessen it, but yeah, 200 million. So farther than I thought.
It's 4 to 20 light minutes away.
Oh, I looked up
Let's
distance
try
from the
that.
sun, not distance from the earth. I'm a dumb
Or
stupid.
okay, because anyway, who knows?
fuck
anything
you,
about
Joel.
it? Well, no, I'm just like
How about fuck you?
By the way, he
Sam,
said
I
it's
didn't
a.
mean that towards you. I'm
Hold on, I
sorry.
wasn't listening. But he said, by the way, that it was a light year. A light year is about 6 trillion miles.
Oh man,
which
that
is
he was
9
pretty-
trillion
he was pretty
kilometers
close.
to you. What do we say for people who are like not free? You guys don't have freedom. How do we insult them now? Because we suck now. For you, better nation than us people. Fuck.
us
It used to be
Canadians.
more fun when we were the best nation.
When did that ever happen? What, in the 50s?
We used to have those shirts that said America's #1 in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
I think that was about the Olympics. We won the
lately
Olympics.
you've been trying to make it great again, I guess. Is that going back to the 80s? Or
Yeah, they're talking about
Is
the
that what they're-
Olympics. I'm pretty sure that those hats are about the Olympics. Yeah. There's really small in the Olympics, it says. Yeah. I was saying
Eris
that
sent
when
me $10 more to say that you're teasing him for a good time.
I don't know what that means.
Who's teasing who for what?
I mean, depends on who you ask.
Daniel, my friend, welcome in. Who are you teasing? How are you? It's good to see you.
Hey, it's so good to be here. I was honestly keen to learn about space from that last guy, but that's cool, you know.
And I'm sure you learned
I'm sure he has like an astronomy 101 class that he's going to teach on YouTube next year that we can all sign up for, his master class.
Or if you don't want to wait that long, Daniel, you can go outside and try to talk to a wombat.
You'd probably do better.
Please.
Wombat, keep chewing that grass if space is real.
Crying.
I can tell you, a wombat can tell you all about like, oh no shit, I was going to swap astro from astronomy with austro because out of Australia.
Astronomy.
Astronomy.
It was not going to work. I apologize.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Australianomy.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Australian breakdancing. Distill. Well, are we still doing the breakdancing joke with you guys?
With who?
Remember with the Australian breakdancer who was a pathetic loser, that one lady? What was her name? Laser?
I
guess we're not doing it anymore. We've moved past it.
Ray Gunn.
Ray Gunn. That's what it is. And yeah, I don't know if we can say that up here. Distillo.
Oh yeah.
Hi. What's your age and religion? Distillo. Oh, snoring. Okay. I think we've run out of guests here, but we have a fellow friend I'd like you all to meet. Annie. Do you guys know Annie?
Hey, Annie.
I love Annie so much.
I thought that was her talking at first.
I mean, I do love Annie.
I mean, you
That would
should.
be a great intro.
Oh, Witchy Nanas. I know Witchy Nanas.
Yes. Hi. I know this isn't my normal account, but I've kind of stopped doing the deconstruction stuff, and I've been more focused on this account.
But we have great debates here, like if pictures of Mars are real or not,
Oh,
from people who believe in ghosts.
is that not a thing? Do people not think Mars is real?
The weird thing is he did think it was real.
Up for debate.
He thought it was real and that it was the pictures from the surface of Mars were equal evidence to Renaissance paintings of Jesus Christ. I feel dumb saying that out loud.
I'd say I'm agnostic on Mars at this point. The other guy was making some good points.
That's fair.
A lot of people have had really weird thoughts about it. Like Bowie asked if there was life on Mars.
Oh?
One of the great scientists of our generation.
Yes, of course.
Also, I'm a little overwhelmed by the chat right now. Hi, guys.
You're okay. You're okay, Annie.
I panel all the time on Carbon's lives. I'm just like, people like...
Yeah, but our chat's crazy. The secret is ignore them and like never refer to them. That's
you might have fucked the secret, Mezzo.
Oh no.
I honestly I can't look at it. I look at the Discord one. The Discord one has a bunch of pictures of wombats right now. It's much, but wait, that's a capybara. Oh, they said that. Are they that
Eris
different?
asks if you're getting nervous for another performance and has decided to give me specifically another $10.
I'm gonna do my new nasty song tonight. Maybe since we're out of guests, I should just do my song.
Yeah, boy.
All right.
Absolutely.
It's gonna kick off. Annie, get your gun.
I've never heard that one.
She freaking clocked you, Joel. Also, we gotta say pew pew, don't we? Are we still doing that?
I don't know what.
For some reason, yours and Joel's lives are completely and utterly protected.
We've been in trouble recently,
Really?
but I think if I'd be down to change it, but because I hate saying pew pew. I think that's the worst thing to call it. Can we call it something cooler? I don't think that guns are that cool, but
I've heard people refer to it as a freedom stick.
Yeah, but that's going to infringe on the old...
America!
Fully automatic freedom stick, yeah.
Yeah.
Please.
Well, why don't we just stick with freedom fries for French fries, and then we could call guns French fries.
Oh, yeah.
Smart.
Delicious.
So we'll be like, yeah, it's would God stop someone who was bringing a French fry to school or something like that. That won't be. Yeah, we used to call it hot dogging.
The health of the youths is very important.
Hot dogging with French fries. Yeah, that'll work fine. I think that'll be good. All right, yeah, the only other guest is Yaya. They never request on purpose, so we're going to drop them down. Everyone, we're going to call it, okay? So I'm going to drop the panel because the song I'm going to play is too... it's going to soak everybody.
Oh.
W Mezzo.
Can I maybe do a new song for Annie? It goes like this. The sun will come out.
I swear to God, I thought you were going to start Hump Day Dump Day.
Hang on till tomorrow.
I'm impressed that it's not Annie, are you okay? So you get one point for being kind of
Annie's got a gun. Is that one of them? That's Janie.
Yeah.
I thought it was Daddy.
It's Janie.
No, I think we're talking about different songs.
What daddy are you thinking about?
I know that song, yeah.
No?
I know that song, yeah. That's a good one.
See, at least she knows what's up.
Yeah.
Also, Eris sent me another $20 on your behalf. It's for me, though. It's mine. It's my money. Just so you know that it's my money and not yours. He wants to ask if it's greedy for asking one day for you to perform Running Up That Hill with Joel.
It's really, honestly, very difficult to do duets online. The internet isn't ready for it yet.
Awful.
Even if it's like a millisecond, it's
terrible.
It ruins it. And our delay is more than that because he's in Canada, East Coast. So I used to, so when I did Twitch, I would do duets with the guy who was East Coast. And it was really complex. The way that we did it was one of us couldn't hear the other. So you have to do, I used to do This Woman's Work, Joel, actually. I do love that song. I think I should do a piano version of it, though. No, I looped that one. Anyway, so we were both loopers. So one of us would build a loop for let's say I build the loop for Run Up That Hill and only sing half of it. And he would do solos and sing the other half. and so you'd have to watch it on his live, and I couldn't hear him, so that he would just match the delay perfectly, and then we'd switch, and it was like hyper complicated, like 15 layers in OBS, and really difficult. But when it worked, it was really, really cool. And I think that like in 15 years, we'll be able to, everyone's going to be able to jam on the internet, but it's just not fast enough yet.
Damn.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Sorry. But you know, Joel's like, I mean, he's gone now. Like, he probably wouldn't, I don't know if he adds a lot to the like,
Right. The
duo.
value that he brings to the table is a little. Oh.
I thought he was all the way out. I just think that, like, what I was saying is, I think it'd be really cool if we could do that, and it'd be like
I'll love ya tomorrow. It's only a day.
He's auditioning. He's auditioning now.
No, I will only accept this if you'll be my Daddy Warbucks and send me money. Otherwise, you don't get to sing me that song. It's just as simple as that.
Period. I think that's perfectly validating.
Well, you know, people seem to just send Sam money for music, and not the
As
people
they
who are doing
should.
the songs anyways. So.
In fact, if you send me a particular fee, I would sing. I would.
I feel like
now, would it be good? But I'll do it.
You know, you want to know the real kicker, folks? I'm also an orphan, so like,
Stop.
Yep, he got you there.
Stop.
Wait, Andy, are you serious?
I'm dead ass serious. I am.
Well, you mean you were?
Oh,
You're
right.
once you're
no
an adult.
longer an orphan.
I don't think you can be an adult orphan, can you?
I mean, my parents.
Oh
are still
well, no.
gone.
To be the only criteria for being an orphan is not having both of your parents. You can be an orphan for as long as you live.
Yeah, my parents didn't suddenly resurrect. They're not Jesus, okay?
I thought it was. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude. I thought it was like once you're adopted, you're not an orphan anymore, or once you're an adult, since you wouldn't have like legal guardians, then that word wouldn't apply anymore.
There's legal stipulations, yes, but technically, even though I was adopted by a bald white man, might I add.
Oh, fabulous.
Yeah. Sadly, he was not rich.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't have all the boxes, you know. The universe was like, you don't get it all. But legally speaking, you're correct. But like,
I see.
Technically, I'm still, because like legally, yes, I had guardian.
An orphan at heart. Wow, I'm sorry to hear that. That's terrible. But also, it lines up with the musical, so maybe that's good.
True. At least there's continuity. Also, Eris apparently meant perform for Joel, so I'm assuming he means like a serenade type vibe, where like you
sure.
hold
Yeah,
the
I'll just do that in
boombox
private.
up.
Yeah. I'll do that in private.
Yeah, exactly. Like out the window.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Anyway, don't you have that really sensual song that you
Yeah, I'm
made
waiting
that
for
you're
you
going
guys
to perform?
to
Oh,
leave,
why didn't you say? I'm sorry.
Joel keeps requesting back up. Annie, good to see you.
You too.
You
and
fill up my senses.
what's
like a night in the forest?
Good night.
Like a lemon in springtime. Like
why
a
do I know?
walk
Is this a
in the
Christian song?
rain. No, it's John Denver, Annie's
Oh, is it You
song.
Lift Me Up?
No, it's Annie's song by John Denver. You fill up my senses.
I've never been.
I hear the drizzle of
I've
the
been to
rain.
Colorado, but not the city, Denver.
Like a memory it falls. Is that also an Annie song? There's
There's a lot of songs about Annie's.
slapping off my
Slapping. That can't be right. That can't be it. That can't be it. Joel, when are you live next, buddy?
Great. Annie blocked me. Oh, that's for Emma. No, that's wait. No,
Everybody
that's
block Joel so we don't have to go to his next live. When's your next live?
Western Organdy. My next live is maybe even Friday back to back again, even though I sort of didn't back to back you this time.
We were pretty back to back. There's a little space between our backs,
Oh,
but
that's
I'm
Kathy's,
yeah. But I'm also having a broken back, so there's enough room for my back brace. That
You got to give a bit more room there.
a little cushion.
So yeah, maybe would you accept that if I joined in on a Friday night?
I feel like you're
Party
asking me
all night long night.
I love that. That sounds wonderful.
Okay, let's do it then. You fill up my senses.
I do sometimes want to sing along with you when you're singing, even though it's delayed, because I have this memory of church. That is, there was always an elderly couple in front of me, and she would be singing super soprano and sharp and behind. And then he would be singing really low and flat and even further behind. And so it was just always this torturous delay happening with them. So it almost matches the delay of the internet. You know? If
so
like,
it's a reminiscent.
if you were doing like a choir, like a church choir song, and I would just like, like a the night of the forest. It would be almost exactly like being in church.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, it was. That's why I deconstructed. All right, I'm going to do this song. Thanks, Joel.
All right, thank you. Love you. See you soon. Bye.
I love you too, and I will see you soon. Everyone follow Joel if you don't. And if you already do follow Joel, block Joel. Highly recommended. Live a little on the edge. I'm going to switch over to my singing mic here. It looks about the same, but you'll hear it sounds a little different. It has a different compression level. All right, so this is a song that I need the lyrics for.